Okay, the points.
Yeah. Got this.
Previously on Junior Adventurers League, the class of 557 has completed their first full year at the Gygaxian School for Future Adventurers. Brimming with excitement, 4 young recruits enlist in the Junior Adventurers League, an extracurricular summer program that will send our budding heroes on training quests and dungeon delves all across the world. Under the watchful eye of Professor Catrid Gruffdrunk, our burgeoning adventurers are headed to the dwarven complex of Dol Dumor, high in the Tharzadoon peaks, and which has been recently revealed by an unseasonable snow melt. The adventure begins on the 60th of Summershine, year 557. This is episode 1, Spring Thaw. All right, everybody, welcome to the very first session of Junior Adventurers League. This is a brand new D&D actual play brought to you by the creators and cast of Experience Points. In Junior Adventurers League, our heroes, these 4 players directly below me, are students at the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers, a fantasy boarding school that teaches children everything they need to know about exploring dungeons and slaying dragons. Each week, our adolescent heroes will undertake a new and perilous quest chosen by you, our audience, in a weekly poll that will test their skills, their knowledge, and their teamwork. Kate, did you want to talk a little bit about Experience Points and who we are and what we're currently doing right now on Patreon?
Yeah. Experience Points is a web series about D&D and the people who play it. Season 1 is a 12-part episode web series, again, which I said. And it's on YouTube, and we are currently funding for our second season, and that is on Patreon. We have lots of cool prizes for patrons specifically, but this stream will primarily remain open to the public, so you don't have to patronize us to view it. But you can get other things like tips from Timothy or weekly updates, or even all of the downloads from the adventures that we play on this stream monthly. So if you're not a patron, be a patron.
If you like this adventure, by becoming a patron, you will be able to you'll get a free PDF download of this adventure, of all adventures that we run on this channel. How exciting is that? All right. So we're going to go around real quick. We're going to do some introductions. I am Timothy. I'm the Dungeon Master and one of the creators of the show. Let's say right to left. We'll go with Cody first if you want to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your character's name, and their class, and give us just a very brief physical description of what they might look like. And also make sure to include your age in that.
Sure.
Go for it, Cody.
Okay, cool. So my name is Cody Bushee, and I play Greg Rael / Rael in XP web series. And my character's name is Theodûir. He is an elf, a high elf, and so if you remember what I looked like in XP, very clean shaven, that's like kind of what this guy looks like. He's about 11 years old, I think. But his hair is like long.
He's
clean-shaven child. How weird.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I didn't even need to say that. Well, and elves, I think they're always clean-shaven anyway.
Generally tend to be clean-shaven. Yeah.
But it's kind of the slicked back long hair. There's kind of a I don't want to say like dirty, but like just slime. Like he's kind of a slimy at it. Like just this vibe is like he's kind of slimy. Just a little snot. And physically, he's wearing like probably kind of robes because he's a sorcerer. And you'll see that he's got a brooch on his left breast pocket, and it's of like a silver dragon wrapped around a shield with a crest on it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's probably something that's kind of distinct about the physical, like his wardrobe. Otherwise, he's wearing like sorcerer robes probably, and very proud of it. He's got to stick up his butt. Not really.
But
totally. All right. Let's move down the line. Kate, you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, my name is Kate. I am the other co-creator of Experience Points, and I played Mac in season 1 and directed it and edited it.
I did like everything in the show.
Stuff too.
Oh.
I'm playing Jrmi, who is a halfling bard, 8 years old. I basically look like a blonde Merida from if you've seen Brave. That's kind of just what I look like.
Oh, totally.
So.
That's a great description. Awesome. Yeah, let's move down one more on the line. Who's next?
Awesome. So I'm Heather Laura. I play Nadine / Captain Fletch in experience points. My character for this one is a half-elf, specifically a half-drow, a 13-year-old fighter. Her name is Valqwyn Crizera. She has stark white hair with a single like gray streak right down the middle, kind of rogue-ish. She has nice heavy chainmail armor, as heavy as a 13-year-old can have. It's like colored black because that's the color of her mercenary group that she was a part of.
And her soul.
Yeah, her black soul.
Black dark soul. Mm-hmm. All right, great. And lastly, on the end there, we have
me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you.
My name is Kevin, and I play Zydromedes in the web series. He is the resident wizard, and he's definitely 100% not like Gandalf.
Definitely not.
But in
legally distinct from Gandalf.
Yeah, legally, I have to dictate that he is in fact different. But in this web series, I'm going to be playing a young, around 10 years old dwarf druid named Moss. He's got the Hodor syndrome, where like everyone just started calling him a different name once he kind of chose his own thing. So Moss is his name. He has a very patchy beard, but it's usually covered in his face is usually covered in like a green, mossy, dirty.
It's a moss.
Yeah, it's moss. He's covered in dirt. He's very much pigpen. He smells like earth. And he comes from the Stonehewer family, which everyone does know his last name. But the Stonehewers are known for their hewing of stones, and Moss is not one to want to destroy too many rocks. So he likes to talk to rocks. He's a strange bird. He's got that your basic peasant, the little like peasant sock hat that kind of lays over the top with his nasty little moss beard, and very just not rags, but like obviously someone dressed him. Someone dressed him and said, "You have to wear this."
As your favorite enemy. Yeah, like you've never washed your clothes ever.
So someone told him you have to wear pants, and he said, "Fine, but I'm not washing them." Yeah, so it's just like just awful clothes and like dirt and everything. Just closer to dirty is the more happy he is. So that's awesome. All
right, great. Well, that is our party of adventurers. You guys are in this adventure accompanied by a professor that was actually designed by our lovely chat last week. They are joined by Professor Catrid Gruffdrunk, who is the sort of paladin, a dwarven woman that teaches the class I believe is called Zealotry 101, an introduction to fanaticism. So when we start our adventure, you guys, this is sort of the first mission you've undertaken as the in the Junior Adventurers League. I imagine you're all very excited, or to various different degrees of excited. But you guys have been climbing these stairs endlessly up into the mountain. This like old ruinous dwarven stairs going up and up and up and up and up for what feels like an eternity, but it's probably been about 2 or 3 hours going up and up and up the side of this mountain. You are headed to a dwarven ruin called Dol Dumor, which is sort of an ancient, was once built to honor the dwarven goddess of knowledge, Gamotha. As I said, your accompaniment here is a professor named Catrid Gruffdrunk. This is this broad, burly, very physically imposing woman, sort of long golden hair that comes down into this extremely exquisite, well-braided beard, shining plate mail, the symbol of Gamotha emblazoned all over it. And she's very enthusiastic and sort of has a catchphrase that she likes to throw around her class. It's her favorite thing to say. She's very into... uh-oh.
You froze for a second.
We good?
So we missed her saying
okay, I'm back.
If she had one.
Yeah.
Her catchphrase is... Oh, still there? Still frozen?
We don't get her catchphrase.
Yeah, it's like the kids just don't
time.
get
Okay,
their
am I back?
And there's like, what? I think you're okay. I don't know.
Okay. Her catchphrase is "Learning is fun" in a heavy Scottish brogue.
That's what we waited for. Terrific.
There you go. Learning is fun in a heavy Scottish brogue. But yes, you guys are climbing these stairs up to this ruin. This ruin had been lost for an extremely long time, but very recently, sort of a heavy snow melt, an unseasonably warm spring had sort of melted a lot of the snow that was high up, and has finally permitted access to this dwarven ruin. So this was kind of your first mission out of the gate. You're accompanying Professor Catrid up on this mission. So when we start, you guys have just finally reached the landing. You're high up in the Tharizdun Peaks. I'm going to read a little bit of box text for you guys, and then you can give me a little description of like what does your character do once they finally come to this landing. Let's see. An ancient and decrepit stone staircase climbs up the mountainside. Snow and ice clings in small, treacherous patches to the stone. The howling wind tears and flaps at your clothing. To either side stretch the soaring Tharizdun peaks, made misty with distance and the wisps of cloud that hang about them. After many hours spent climbing, these ancient stairs finally come to an end at the entrance to a cave. Carven into the mountainside, the cave is not natural, but clearly worked by skilled masons. So let's say that Catrid is maybe a little bit ahead of you guys and kind of gets there and takes like a big deep breath of the mountain air, looking very refreshed. What do you guys do once you finally kind of make it to the top of this huge staircase?
I sit down.
Yeah, I do too.
Just sit down,
just like, oh my god. 2 or 3 hours on the side of a hill. Oh my god.
Theodûir will definitely boast a little bit, and probably claim that he was the first one up top as well. I can't wait to tell my
when you near the top, you like raced ahead.
As we're just like,
awesome. What about you, Moss?
I think Moss will like lurk uncomfortably close to Theodûir, like as soon as, like while he's just like listening, just like still too close, you know. He's just like, I can't wait to tell my final. He turns around and he's just like,
I probably start coughing.
Way
so I
too
probably
close.
get a whiff of like whatever you
moss.
last ate or whatever you were
I'm
playing.
just listening, just like, okay, yeah. What are you gonna tell me?
Oh, Moss, get away from me!
You guys are
Smelly
you guys are
little
standing
boy.
there, catching your breath or getting too close to each other physically.
Definitely just sprawled out on the grass, just like.
Catrid kind of gives you a moment to recover yourself, and she kind of strides into the cave and kind of looking around, examining. Takes out some texts from her backpack and is kind of going through some of the things that are written there. What do you guys do?
I'll slowly get up and just kind of look around at what's happening. Now that I can see straight again after all that exertion.
Sure.
I think Moss will probably start investigating the rocks and entrance and all this other stuff, just to see what that's all about. Because he's well acquainted with that.
Totally. Anybody who wants to look around, go ahead and make a wisdom perception check.
Perception 16.
17.
Awesome.
16.
Cool.
13.
Ooh. Wow, you guys do really well. You're excited to see something besides stairs for once. So the platform you're standing on is all worked stone. It's like very smooth. It's a little bit like weathered by time. There are a couple of rocks kind of hanging out, Moss, but there aren't any like big boulders that would be interesting to talk to. It's mostly pebbles. For those of you who like head a little bit into the cave, a short distance into the cave stand a pair of great bronze doors 10 feet high. Etched with dwarven symbols and iconography, the doors depict images sacred to Gamotha, as well as the crests and sigils of bygone clans. The sigil of Gamotha is basically like a woman standing with a closed book, her eyes closed, like looking up towards the sky like this. And it's like that's kind of the main motif on the door. And Keisha is kind of is like looking at her book and looking up at that and looking back down at her book. What do you guys want to do?
Gamotha, I'm sorry, that's like the kind of the god, you would say, like
Gamotha is a dwarven goddess of knowledge and lore. She's sort of the one that keeps the secrets. Yeah,
I see.
Of the
This
dwarven
is like
people.
her temple, right?
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
these doors are
assuming
sealed, yeah?
we know like
The
kind
doors are
of
closed.
we know what we're doing, right? Are we trying to like retrieve something or
Give me an intelligence check. How much were you paying attention
Yes,
when
let's find
Professor
out.
Cage
what am I?
explaining the mission?
Oh boy. I'm pretty smart though, so I had just my bonus, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter. I only rolled a 2, so I got a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really were not listening when she was talking to you about, like, she had this, like, extremely long diatribe. It's very important that we go up here. Obviously, it's, like, cultural significance alone. It's just dwarves, whatever else. This long, long monologue that you zoned out completely.
So
you have no idea what it's for.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go up to Professor Gruffdrunk. Professor?
Hi.
Professor, when are we going to
Yes,
go
what
in
is that?
and destroy all the bad guys?
Well, Theo, it's actually interesting that you bring that up. We're not certain if there are any bad guys in there necessarily, actually. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get these doors open. You know, if we're going to find the canticle, after all, we have to get in there in the first place. She's kind of looking over the text. Would you mind going and examining it for me? Just give it a look-see. Tell me what you find.
Don't worry, Professor. I'll solve it. And he'll...
Cool.
I'll jump up and I'll like go over there to help. And I'm like, Odo says that sometimes these are trapped, so you gotta be careful.
Oh yeah, I'm totally
Okay,
helping.
cool.
I'm just gonna go push on those doors.
That's true.
Awesome. Anybody who wants to can go. You're just gonna go push.
I'm just gonna like push on.
You can make a. All right, Val, you can make a strength check to try to push the doors open. Anyone who wants to investigate it can make an intelligence investigation check.
I got 19.
What about you,
strength.
Moss? Are you gonna go look at it, or are you still looking at rocks?
I think he's just like kicking around rocks out in the thing. He'll probably like wander
Totally.
in. He'll wander in while they're like talking. She's like, you know, go investigate it. And he's just like, just lurking.
Okay.
As he
Got it.
does.
How'd you do on your strength, Val?
19.
19? Okay, you feel like you give that door everything you got. You're standing there sweating and...
My feet are kind of like
Nothing.
in the dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of push yourself back. You maybe even like slip a little bit, but you do not gain any purchase on these dwarven doors. What about you two guys on your intelligence investigation? What'd you get?
Mod 20.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
I got a mod 12. So I don't know if I help at all, but...
Yeah, you don't really find a whole lot. Actually, yeah, excuse me. You both find that right in the center, like the whole door is kind of modeled around this depiction of the goddess, and right in the center of her book is a like sort of a hexagonal shaped plate that looks like if you applied some pressure to it, it would give. Do you want to push it?
Do you want to race to see who can push it first?
Yeah. I do,
Okay.
but I'm really short.
Opposed dexterity checks.
I would definitely try to push it first if I found it out. Oh no.
I got a 9.
You did? I only got a 6.
I'm a good
did?
jumper.
All right.
Right?
So maybe there's like a moment when like one of you is like, oh, there's a plate here, and you both look at each other, and then you both like go for it at the same time.
Am I like pushing right
but,
below that? Just like
Yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
like use parkour up on her.
jump a little bit.
Yeah, you climb
Run up
partway
it.
up Val to like slam the plate. It does click. It goes in and it goes, and then it just comes right back out again. Nothing else seems to happen. Looks like you can kind of push it, but it does not immediately relent.
Nothing happened.
You got more movement than I did though.
I'll say, I might have to do a deception check here, but Professor, I found a button.
Yes. Go for it. She's fine. You don't have to roll deception unless you like really want her to like reward
Really
you with
believe
credit.
Maybe
Maybe you'll get a
do,
badge
I
for it.
guess.
I don't know.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a charisma deception to take unnecessary credit.
I got a natural 1.
She doesn't
So,
do
like, I'm-
I'm
any of
up
that.
She's still
there, like,
looking
with
at
my hand on the plate, like.
I'm kind of holding
It was
you.
all
We're just
me,
like,
Professor. Oh man.
She's just like looking at her text and goes, "Of course it was, Theo. Of course it was." What about those runes? Can you read those runes on there? You all remember you're dwarven, don't you? And she points, and there's like a big circle of runes around the plate.
I think like before any of them get an answer, he's just gonna read them. But Moss will just be like, "This is what it says."
Okay. Awesome. So you go over there to read it, Moss. It is actually kind of an ancient form of dwarven, so I will need an intelligence history check from you in order to decipher it.
Farts
But since you do
and
speak
dirt.
dwarven, I will give you advantage on that check.
Nice.
So there you go.
Well, I
assume you
got a
speak-
nat 1 on one of them, but I got a 15 plus my intelligence, which is 0. So 15.
Hey, well, there you go. Yes, so you can decipher it. It's a little weird. It's sort of, again, an ancient form of dwarven. But it says, quote, "By the hands of the Bronze Guild were these doors forged. Recreate their arts to see them opened." End quote.
I think he'll like to read the runes. He'll just like take this rock that he's got. Like He's got like a string on his side, and attached to the string is a rock that just like dangles around his waist. He pulls the rock up and like rubs it over there, and then listens to it, and then he'll say whatever he wants.
Oh, interesting. So really, it's like the rock Reddit. And
he's just like...
That's very cool.
Just like, yeah.
And then he'll just like read back whatever the rock has just told him, quote unquote.
Yep. That sounds great. What do you guys do with that information?
This is recreate the art of the bronze.
By the hands of the Bronze Guild were these doors forged. Recreate their arts to see them opened.
So we like need books, a little dance sort of thing.
Could we have the professor just stand in front of the door with like that pose?
With her book, yeah, with the same pose, looking up.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Sure. The professor will sort of look at you guys and give you a glance. So you want me to stand here with the book? Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you still by the button? Are we still like at the door?
I'm probably just like on your shoulders at this point.
That works.
So she'll go and she'll stand and she like closes her eyes and takes the pose and stands there for a minute. She's gonna crack an eye open and look at you guys. Give me an insight check, all four of you.
Nice.
4.
10.
16.
The one good one.
18.
Okay, Val, you're convinced this is gonna work. This is absolutely gonna work. What did you get, Jrmi?
Just 10.
On yours? 10. Okay, the three of you get the feeling that she's kind of humoring you. That she's like, oh, okay, let me try it. It's important for you to learn that this isn't necessarily correct, right? She's doing it like looking at you to see.
She's doing it.
Yeah. You can push the button, but it does not. No dice. Huh, interesting. I guess it might be a different answer. And she'll kind of like slink back and let you guys keep working at it. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Was there anything else on the walls?
No, not that you could tell. It's pretty well smoothed out. You can make another perception if you want to really like, or investigation, I guess in that case, to really like examine those walls. But they looked pretty blank from where you were. What do you guys want to do?
Can I do like a...
Woo! Crit.
Mm-hmm.
On what?
Investigation.
For the walls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are extraordinarily well, like, made. They look like they're sort of naturally sculpted, but they're actually pretty, like, you can tell that they've been handcrafted to look natural, like fake rock or whatever. You do see that someone has, like, vandalized a little part of it and wrote, like, you know, Regdar was here. Some kind of some former adventurer wrote in the corner. Whether that bears any significance, you're not sure. Right?
His name was Regdar?
Regdar, yeah. Regdar. Regdar.
Regdar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Regdar later.
It's our next leader.
Absolutely. What do you guys want to do? I mean, it's an incredible search, but that's what you find.
Recreate the arts.
Can I do like an Arcana check on the door, maybe?
Absolutely, yep.
I don't know. Oh, that's a pretty good roll.
Oh,
22, mod 22.
Okay, yeah, great. So there is definitely magic behind the door that's keeping it sealed. You think it's divine magic. You think that the door needs to retain a certain kind of damage in order for it to be closed. Like, so far, that little hatch, you've been pushing it, but it looks like it's not been, like, pushed in the right way or by the right thing in order for the door to open.
What did the writing say again?
The writing said, let me pull it up. Oh, nope, that's not the right thing. By the hands of the Bronze Guild were these doors forged. Recreate their arts to see them opened.
What shape is the button again? You said it was like a...
It's a hexagonal shape, so it's got, 6 sides? Yeah, 6 sides. Moss, I will let you make another history check with advantage on this one. Your family is a dwarven clan.
Oh my god.
It didn't go well.
Okay.
They were very good dwarves,
I got
apparently.
4.
Yeah, you specifically did not listen to any of the boring speeches that your parents would give you about how important your heritage was and what it means to be a dwarf. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to press the hex in with my rock.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. It goes in and comes out.
Can I press it in and like try to turn it while it's in there or something?
Sure, yeah. You could make a dexterity check or a sleight of hand check to try to just putz with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go for it.
You want a dexterity or sleight of hand? Or I guess it's the same. 7. Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of. You don't feel like it turns or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's sort of a significant pause before Professor Cage will be like, "Does anyone know what the Bronze Guild does?" There's like a long pause.
I'll do a history check, I guess.
You can do a history check. Any one of the 3 you can. I'm gonna say that Moss already rolled his history check.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Did not.
They make shiny things.
9.
14.
No.
But it's so shiny.
No.
Bronze stuff.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Hold on. I got
Waiting for Val.
12.
Well, okay, so I would say that both Val and Theo have a general sense that they probably like worked with metal using like forges and hammers and things like that. That they were basically smiths. Is basically what you get. Yeah.
Bronze shiny things.
I'll say.
What shape is her book in? Is it a
Her
standard?
book is a regular book shape. Yep.
Okay.
Pretty standard book.
Pretty standard book.
Usual book shape.
Rectangular.
Rectangular
Is the
instead of
answer
hexagonal.
They made things, you know.
Does anybody have any bronze on them?
I do not.
Might have,
They made
I don't
bronze,
know.
you say? Well, how does one make bronze?
you have to
Is it iron or something?
melt it.
Yeah.
Melt it.
You
Interesting.
melt it and you put it together.
So
Is there a
I think
torch on
when
the
he
wall
hears
anywhere?
melt, I think Moss will use one of his cantrips, which is produce flame,
Ooh.
and he'll produce flame and then use that flame to like push into the hexagon. But he's gonna turn.
So you can.
His rock is on fire.
Oh, got it. So you set your rock on fire and you push it.
Yeah.
So you push the thing in and it will lock part of the way in. So instead of coming back out, it's like half stuck. You think it could probably still, you can push it a little more and it will pop back out to that middle section. Basically, you think you have to do one more thing that will lock it in place.
I think Moss will turn around and be like, I pushed it in and it's stuck there.
Very good, Moss. Look at you. You figured something out. I told you all, learning can be fun.
Does anyone have like a coin or anything on them? I don't really have anything metallic.
I only have my school credits. Unless
I don't even have any school.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just have school credits too, I guess.
I feel like those are made out of like tin, like the shittiest possible
You have
coin.
a pin,
of all
though.
time.
Pin?
Yeah, don't you have a pin like on your robes?
Talking about my brooch.
Your brooch, yes, your
I'm
badass little brooch.
going to sacrifice my family brooch.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Do you have any other sort of metal or ring?
How dare you
What kind of
suggest
weapons
that
do you
I
guys have?
sacrifice my family's brooch?
It's a very, very nice brooch. I'm so sorry, Theo.
What am I supposed to do? Take it off and put it in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We want to light it on
Exactly.
fire.
Yeah.
Precisely what
It
we're
was so
suggesting.
shiny. Let's light
To
it on
melt
fire.
my brooch?
I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll really
No.
melt
Well,
it.
yeah.
Will it melt
No.
it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It might melt it, huh, boss?
Means we get to go in.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Can't you ask your father for another
Just-
one? He'll send you more,
It's
right?
probably fine, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, then I'll take off the brooch and...
Okay. Take off your dragon brooch and you
just gets
walk up
ruined
and
nothing.
My father gets mad, I'm
Exactly.
going to blame it on you, Val.
you can use it and push in the panel and it'll and pop back out.
Oh, see, it didn't even work.
What kind of weapons do you
How
guys have?
stupid.
I have
I got
a
that.
battle axe, a shield, and some scimitars.
Do you want to put your shield up to it?
Sure. Why not?
Just see.
Yeah. I mean, it won't really fit. In the
Yeah,
other
it won't
thing,
fit.
but-
Are you gonna try to shove it in there or like jam it in?
What
How
about
do you
like
want to do
the
it?
butt of my battle axe? Can I just like?
Sure.
Yeah,
Can
just
I-
Give me
do
an
it
attack.
Can I roll,
What's up, boss?
since we've kind of since we've figured out that it's bronze and everything, can I roll to see if I remember how bronze is made? Because Kevin,
Yes.
Kevin personally
I will
doesn't
once-
remember.
I will
boss
once
knife.
again give you advantage on this because this is a dwarven art.
Ooh, I got another. I've rolled 3 advantages. All of them have had a 1 in there, but the other
Oh my
one
gosh.
was 19.
Okay, yes. So fire is definitely involved. Pressure is the other thing. So hammers. A hammer would specifically be used to like hammer it into the shape that you want it to be in.
Yeah, I'll definitely use the
so
butt
fire
of
and
my battle
hammers.
axe then. You said attack roll.
Okay, yeah. Give me an attack roll with it. Yep.
Mod 20.
Mod 20? Yeah. Can you roll me like 1d6 plus your strength modifier damage, please?
10.
Ooh.
10 damage? Oh my gosh, yeah.
would be
So you
good.
take the butt of your battle axe and just kapow it straight into the hexagonal plate,
Yep.
and it goes all the way in. There's like a crack among the doors, and they slide open.
Thanks for the win.
However, as they start to slide open, there's like an instant moment of like, you guys all gasp as you see water just pours out of these doors. This massive flood of water comes pouring out. You guys are all standing there on the landing as you're just smacked by this flood.
Sorry, guys.
Throws from all four of you and the professor.
I think
Strength
you'll
saving
hear
throw.
like the last thing that you hear Moss just screams like, no bath!
No.
My worst enemy.
The one
Not
thing I'm
no
good at, I
bad.
got an 8 on my saving.
I think Moss's fear of baths have really screwed him over this round.
Absolutely.
I got a 2.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm sorry, it's a saving throw, a dex?
Strength.
Strength. Oh, it doesn't matter. I got a 2.
Okay, so we have a 2 from Moss. We have, what'd you
8.
get, Val? 8?
Yeah.
What'd you get, Jrmi?
11.
7?
11.
11, okay. And how'd you do, Theo?
I actually got a 14.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Okay.
Somehow.
So the rest of you, this water, this like sort of like stale, putrid water comes pouring out in this huge flood. We're gonna say that the way you're positioned, Theo, you are immediately in front of the professor.
Sure.
So you just get knocked into her, you get pulled to the ground. The rest of you, all three of you, are swept off of the sort of landing and like basically thrown down the stairs.
Not the
You'll
stairs
each
again.
take 9 points of damage as you land on
Oh,
the next
you almost
landing.
died.
Oh, damn.
I would have been
Oh, my
out.
God.
And I will need you to all make an additional strength saving throw to stop from being like continually pushed
That's
further down
more
the
like
stairs.
19.
Bludgeon.
7.
7? Okay. Jrmi, how'd you
Well, I
do?
rolled a 2 and I have a -1.
Oh my gosh. No strength saving
And I have
throws.
4 hit
So,
points.
Val, you managed to plant yourself. I will say that you can make a dexterity saving throw to grab one of your 2 companions to try to stop them. Which one do you grab?
I'm going for the smaller one because she was closer.
Oh, Moss.
For
Sorry,
Jrmi.
Moss. Oof. 7.
7? Yeah, you do not manage to get a hold of Jrmi, but you try. 2 of you go down another flight of stairs.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh. You'll each take 5 points of damage as you land down
I'm
here.
unconscious.
Okay, you're unconscious. How about you, Moss?
I'm still up and running, but I'm in bad shape. I probably got like a
Bad
broke.
shape.
I probably like have a hairline fracture somewhere or something like that, like broken
Got
arm.
it. Okay.
God, my
But at that
math
point,
skills
the
are not
water
good.
will dissipate out. Like that's all the more force that it has. Like you're very wet and soaked, but you guys
Wet
kind of get
soak,
to.
my hat's gone, my hair looks awful, and my moss beard is just washed away. Now I've got just
Your
like
hat's gone.
a few little patches of like hair that you could tell like he's a completely horrible dwarf because not only does he not like to break things and kill stuff, he's like he just can't even grow a beard yet. It's
He's
awful.
only 10. It's okay.
Poor baby. All right, so you guys are both kind of down there. Val, you're up 1 flight, and then Theo and the professor are up another flight. So the professor will kind of look and like gasp and go hustling down the stairs after the other 2 students. What do Theo and Val want to do when they see this? Now that you guys have collected yourselves.
I'll probably follow the professor and I'll probably say something like, "It's a good thing I was in front of you there, Professor, wasn't it?"
I protected you.
Very lucky. I think we both know, Theo, you would not have made it down 1 flight of those.
It's true. Not 1.
And then I'll probably like actually be kind of close to the professor because he's probably like actually really scared about what just happened. Like,
Terrified, yeah.
yeah,
He's probably like trying to
what about
catch
you,
his
Val?
breath. and, Like the water hit him and it,
yeah.
the wind knocked
just
out
gonna
of him immediately.
Shake it
Ruined his
off, and then
hairdo.
Val's gonna head back up.
Okay, cool.
I want
So
nothing
you
more
like
with
pass
these stairs.
Professor will come and check in on you and be like, "Are you all right, Val?"
Yeah,
you
yeah, I'm
doing?
good. I'm gonna go check out the doors again. They're shiny.
Okay, well, be careful. Do not go in there yet without the rest of your party. Remember, never split the party. And she'll like hustle down the next set of stairs. I don't know if you listen to her or not, Val. That's up to you.
I'm just
But,
gonna keep going.
I keep going. Okay. So, Catchred will come down next to the two of you. The next sensation, after you basically dash your head against the stones, Jrmi, the next sensation you have is that you are sort of brought back to life. And the professor has like two hands on your shoulders and glowing white magic coming out of her hands. You are restored to full hit points. How many hit points do you have, Jrmi?
Total?
Total, yeah.
13.
13, okay.
I'm gonna start crying like out of fear. Just that hurt.
Oh, totally.
I'm scared.
Jrmi.
Like they're
she'll
all
sort of
children,
sit there and,
you guys.
Yep. Little
Like,
babies.
Little children just
It's
got
true.
thrown down those stairs.
Just like knocked out to fly.
It's like comical.
She'll sit there and sort of coo at you, make sure you're okay, and then hustle over to Moss. Moss, are you all right? Do you need any help?
My arm's broken. I think my arm's broken, and I lost my hat. The hat. I lost my hat.
Well, I don't know if there's much I can do about your hat, lad, but I think I might be able to help out your wounds. And she'll reach over and she will also do a lay on hands. How many hit points are you down?
I'm down. I have 20 and I have 6, so 14.
You're down 14. You get those 14 back. You are at full. Exactly.
Been knocked unconscious.
Professor
like,
Rough
again.
Trunks lay on hands.
Absolutely. All right. So while this is happening, I assume you stay with her, right, Theo? Or do you go with Val back up to the dungeon?
I'd probably stay with the professor in that moment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be
So
standing
Val-
there by the open doors with my sword on my shoulder, just kind of like looking at him.
Looking awesome in pose.
Like
Like a little roughed up,
blackness
but like
yeah.
absolutely. You're like a little roughed up, but it makes you look cooler, right? Like you
There's a
fought
little
your
bit of
way
like a scratch right there and right here.
Definitely. All right, so sort of as a group, then the three of you or four of you with the professor will come like troping back up the stairs and meet Val at the entrance to the dungeon.
What's up, guys?
Well, that was quite an adventure, wasn't it?
Oh boy.
Do you want to see my hat? My hat. Dude,
I'll do a perception.
You guys can make perception to look for his hat. Absolutely. Good chance.
Oh, I crapped.
Woo!
Nice.
I got a mod 20.
I don't think.
Okay,
I heard
yeah.
that.
I got a 7. I think I'm just really distraught about my hat and my lack of beard.
You're looking in like really illogical places, like under your feet, right, and like in your bag, and like places where it would not be. We'll say that both Theodûir and Jrmi managed to, like looking around like off the side, find that it has actually fallen and is about 5 feet off the ledge of the stairs, hanging on kind of like a branch, like Wile E. Coyote style, and it's like hanging there. If somebody were to make an acrobatics or athletics check, they could conceivably retrieve it from Moss.
I'll try an acrobatics check.
Okay, go for it.
Great. 7.
Okay. So you're sort of trying to reach it. It's a little outside your reach. You start to fall, and the professor just grabs you by the seat of your pants and like pulls you back. Also, be careful around ledges. Falling damage is very deadly.
Falling damage. The
Falling
professor
damage,
says.
But definitely you see this Moss at this point, that they found your hat, and it's like hanging precariously off this ledge.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. He's just gonna go crawl out and get it. He's pretty.
Pretty nimble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics check to go get it.
19.
Okay. Yeah. God damn. You go down on that branch. You're
Never
balancing.
between a man
You
and
pick it up.
Right.
Retrieve
Slam the
your
hat on. He makes it. He's like, oh, there it is. I see the hat. And then he just goes out there and does it. And he comes back. Not a thing. He's got his hat now.
Like dirt on your
Everything's
face trying to get
good.
it back.
Sweet. All right. Now that you guys have your hats, the most important member of the party, you can continue on your way and head into the dungeon. It is about 5 o'clock, so even though we got started a little bit late, I feel like let's take a 10-minute break. 10 or, what do you think? 10 or 5 minutes, Kate? What do you think is a
5.
better length? 10. Let's take 5. Cool. Feel free to, if you're just joining us, ask some questions, go pee, do whatever you're going to need to do. We'll be back and playing at 5:05.
No, don't sue the bathroom.
Right.
Hebrew.
Thanks for joining us, chat. If you guys have any questions or concerns, now is definitely a great time to ask them. We saw somebody came in and had some questions. Thanks so much, Adam J. Pearson and Flock of Seagulls.
my shirt's behind.
For answering some of those questions.
On the way.
Yes, we will definitely try to keep it under 15 minutes, Adam J. Pearson.
One of my favorites.
Take what under 15
Alright.
minutes? The break.
Oh, someone just made a joke about taking a 5-minute break and keeping it under 15 minutes. So.
My apologies if it smells. Didn't work all day.
Okay.
So
Thanks again for bearing with us and with all our technical issues. I think we mostly have them sorted for the time being.
I think so.
Stupid Skype and its rules and its outputs.
Indeed. Silly outputs. But I think we figured it out. Do you think that we could... Adam J. Pearson claims that his players have time dilation problems. So I've definitely encountered that before.
Oh.
Do you think we can fix those problems for next time, Kate?
I mean, I think I just won't touch my settings ever again.
Just leave them alone. Never again.
Don't need this computer for your sound. So.
No. Why would you need that?
No.
Absolutely not. Well, I'm glad that we've been playing for 45 minutes and we've already knocked out one member of the party.
All we
and
did was
seriously
climb some
damaged
stairs and
others.
open a door.
Open a door.
Literally
Yeah.
opened a door. Yeah.
Got dashed against the stones. You goofuses. This is gonna be interesting. We'll see how long we can keep up this nonsense with you guys being squishy.
Just little babies.
Just baby children.
So- Yeah, I agree with Adam J. Pearson. He claims that doors are freaking dangerous, yo. They are the bane of most adventurers. If you, we'll maybe do this right before we get back. If you haven't checked out our Patreon yet, this is a great time to go check out Team XP's Patreon. We're currently fundraising for a second season of our award-winning critical success first season of the web series, which you can check out here. Just doing the plugs, doing the Lord's work with these plugs. There's a lot of cool prizes that you can get a hold of if you become a patron. This got cool things that relate to this stream. You can get your name read on the stream, which we're going to be doing at the end of the session tonight. You can also get a downloadable PDF of every adventure that we run on this stream. So if you like this particular one, then absolutely, Spring Thaw will be available for you as well. Check out that series. Maybe not right now, but maybe at some point in the future when you have some time. But yeah, we're glad you guys are along for the first ride of the Junior Adventurers League.
That's where we need like a cool music cue that we don't have.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all adventure-y and stuff.
Stuff and things.
I agree. I think Dungeons and Doors is a better title for the game. How deadly this single door has been. Oh my gosh. Adam
That's
J.
awesome.
Pearson said that he ran the Painted Saint adventure last Thursday. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an adventure, for those of you who don't know, that I wrote for Indiegogo. That's awesome. I would love to hear more details, man. You should send us a DM or a message on Twitter. I want to know what happened. I think I also ran that adventure on Encounter Roleplay, and there were some pirate shenanigans in that one. It was kind of a pirate-themed version of it, so it was pretty cool.
Shenanigans are always fun.
Pirates.
Absolutely. All right.
Have you read Liza Locklemore? No. Or read? Oh, she
You
needs
should.
to. And Red
Yeah.
Seas and Red Skies. Has the
Yeah.
Gentlemen Bastards has come out, right?
The third one, Republic of Thieves.
The prequel. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think any of the prequels are out. They've been talking about doing those. The third book is out, the Republic of Thieves.
Okay, cool.
We're waiting on the fourth one. He's been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, well, man, he
the
talked
Thorn
about
of
Republic
Ember.
of Thieves forever, too.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah,
He
and then
went
there was
through-
like a 5-year span or something.
Those of you who don't know, the Lies of Lockelmora is a wonderful fantasy series that's been very formative. Heather and I are both big fans, so check it out. It's about fantasy con men and thieves and
It's
pirates. at one
wonderful.
point.
Yeah, there's pirates in Red Seas and Red Skies.
That's actually how I got into it. Somebody recommended to me, you'll like this. I'm like, it seems okay. And he's like, there's pirates in the second one. I'm like, okay,
Sold.
fine. I'll wait through this entire huge book. No, but it's great. It's very enjoyable. Check it out.
Yeah, it actually took me a while to get through the first one, and then Red Seas and Red Skies snapped through it, and then I had to go read back and read Liza Locklemore again. Yeah.
Yeah, I really need to reread them. They're so good. Oh, yes, Flock of Seagulls. You were with us for our Indiegogo campaign. I remember way back in the day. Hashtag memories. Yeah, funny. All right. Is everybody back? I think we're ready to jump back in.
Let's do it.
Cool. So if you are just joining us, our heroes, the Junior Adventurers League, are currently exploring a dwarven complex that was revealed by a recent snow melt high up in the Tharizdun peaks. They've basically passed the puzzle that was guarding the front door by applying both bludgeoning damage and fire to the hatch, and were then blasted halfway down the stairs by a massive gush of snow melt that came pouring out of the doors.
Oof,
now that they have reconvened, recovered their hit points, and recovered their hats, they are prepared to head into the dungeon. What kind of marching order can we expect from the Junior Adventurers League?
I want
What
to
do you
be
guys think?
second. I don't want to be in the very front, but I want to be like close to it.
I would probably be in the middle. I'd probably be third then.
There you go.
Okay. Who's going to go in the front?
I guess I'm bossy enough that I would go in the front.
You just stride forward.
It's like half
Okay.
my size, just like yeah.
I'm where
Does that put
whatever's
a-
left.
Moss, I think, then is in the back, which I think makes sense if you're stopping and like looking at rocks and things, that you're kind of the straggler. I think the professor will sort of hang back behind you guys a little bit, sort of letting you figure out your marching order and things like that. It is very dark in there, but I should make the point that you guys all have Junior Adventurers kits, which have some supplies in them. In addition to having an on-brand satchel, which is like brown canvas with like a purple flap and looks very cool. You also have a bedroll, 50 feet of hempen rope, an ever-burning torch that glows with a purple flame, and you have an ever-full packed lunch. So it's basically like a brown paper bag that every day will replenish with a new packed lunch
Oh, yeah.
for you guys. Yeah, so that's
all
pretty
we
good.
got.
You also have You also each have 2 textbooks, the Adventurer's Handbook and the Monster Manual, that contains both of them contain information on spells and weapons and cultures, as well as various different monsters. So at any point, feel free to consult those. So you guys each have a torch. Who's going to be carrying the light source when you guys head into the dungeon?
I can.
I could.
Unless you want to.
It's up to you guys.
I can
have a
see
free
perfectly
hand.
fine without light, so
That's true. A couple of you guys have dark vision.
Yeah,
I think
I have
everybody
dark
but the
vision.
halfling has it.
Oh,
yeah.
so you probably should carry
Uh,
some.
I'll carry the torch.
We're all just like, oh,
Right,
oh,
so
okay,
you guys
right.
got the torch. Jrmi's in the front with that torch. Sounds good. All right. So you guys head in. Let me describe. So yeah, it's dark inside, and right as you head in, the sort of purple light splays out and reveals the following: 3 flights of smooth stone stairs climb higher and deeper into the mountainside. Every 10 feet, the staircase is broken by a wide landing and 4 crumbling statuary, their features worn by time and decay. Snow and standing water dot the stairs and landings, making the way slippery. Right as you guys enter, I won't make you roll perceptions, but you can hear that a trio of voices, frigid and unearthly sounding, cackle and argue somewhere further up these stairs. So yeah, you can see it kind of comes out, little staircase, landing, kind of beyond where you can see. Wet and slippery, snow clinging here and there. Each one of those landings has kind of 4 statues on it. But farther up the stairs, you can hear these weird, faint, echoey, like very inhuman sounding voices of something arguing and talking further up the stairs. What do you guys want to do?
Well, my sword and shield are definitely drawn, but you know that's kind of a standard for my girl.
Got it. Weapons out. What's the plan?
Well, Jrmi, you're in front.
I guess I'll head up
Yeah.
the stairs.
Okay, yeah.
And
Just want
I'll
to
follow.
approach.
Sure.
Cool, yeah. You guys can keep walking up and walking up. Do you want to try to be quiet, or do you want to just march in there?
I'm kind of whiny about all of the stairs that we've gone through today, so and the water and everything. So I'm just gonna march up there. I'm like,
Well, is this your halfling too? So like these stairs are like actually a little bit difficult for you to climb. Okay, cool. If there's no attempt made at stealth, you guys can get up. Basically, the first set of stairs are on the next landing when there's sort of silence from the voices up there. Do you guys continue
flinging
to tread forward? You don't care if they continue talking or not?
hello.
Hello?
Anybody?
Echoes down the hallway. Yeah, you guys are
heard
standing
something,
on these
right? I heard
landings.
something. So weird. What about
You can see to either side of these sort of crumbling statues, they look like they maybe at once depicted sort of dwarves in various like scholastic poses, you know, reading scrolls or holding up lanterns, scribbling on tablets, but they're all very water worn and kind of like blurred, as though this place maybe used to be flooded and is now drained. The 3 voices stop, kind of argue back and forth in this very weird, tinkly, like It almost sounds like icicles breaking or something. It doesn't really sound like human speech. You can't necessarily make it out. But you aren't standing there for very long before... Jrmi, you're standing in the front. What's your AC, Jrmi?
15. Why?
15.
It's really good.
You are pelted in the chest with an ice ball. Basically, someone throws a snowball at you, and it hits you right in the chest. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
3?
Kapow. Yep, 3. 3 points. And then you hear like cackling from farther up the stairs as they find whoever threw the snowball finds this very amusing. Let's roll initiative real quick.
They're gonna die.
14.
14. Oh boy. The monsters also rolled a 14. So who among you, of the two of you guys, has the highest dexterity?
What's our...
It's not me.
I have 14 for my dex.
I have 10.
Got it. What about Jrmi and Theo? Excuse me.
It's okay. What's initiative based off of again?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
So your dex bonus.
Yeah, your dex one.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. I got a 21 then.
11.
Oh, nice.
21? Jeez.
Right.
Good Theodûir.
So it's definitely going to be Theo first, and then it's going to be Val, and then it's going to be the monsters, and then it'll be Jrmi.
Jrmi.
Oh no, Moss, and then the Jrmi. The Jrmi.
The Jrmi.
And the Jrmi.
The Jrmi.
All right, Theo. So you, Theodûir, you have just seen Jrmi get pelted in the chest with this snowball.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Can I do like a perception check to see if I can see where that came from?
Totally.
Probably not. No, I only got a 4.
You know it came from further up the stairs, but you're kind of like at a weird angle to see what it would be. If you headed up these stairs that are right in front of you to the next landing, you could probably see them a little better. That makes sense.
I don't want to head
But then
up
you
there
probably...
alone. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll like,
What do you-
maybe I'll ready an action. I'll ready Ray of Frost in case anything shows itself. With
Got it.
malicious
Okay.
intent.
Are you going to stay where you are in the middle of the group then, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Val, it is your turn.
I want to do same perception to see if I can tell where they are.
Go.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sure. They're outside your like ring of light, and you know that they're up the stairs. So without going further up, it's pretty hard to tell. Yeah.
Screw it, I'm going to go further up. I'm going to charge up those stairs.
Cool, yeah. So you can march up those stairs. The next landing looks pretty much the same as the previous one. It's sort of a 10 by 10 foot square with the 2 statues on the side. There are 3 creatures that are occupying this landing, kind of like balling up snow from the ground that they find. They're maybe about the size of Jrmi, maybe a little smaller. They look like these really weird, they have these extremely long noses, these kind of little like imp-like forms. But they look like they're made out of ice that's kind of rapidly melting. So it's this very sort of wet, glistening little imp-type creature. You could roll an Arcana check to try to identify them.
Yeah.
If you want. If you take an action and take out your monster manual, I will give you advantage on this, but that would be your turn. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do Arcana. I'm not great at it, but let's find out. 12
Go
on
for it.
Arcana.
You don't know what they are exactly, but you think there's some kind of elemental creature, like something that's obviously made out of ice and probably from a different plane of existence. Yeah,
Is
ice
there
presumably.
more snow on the landing with me, or is there like dirt or anything?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of snow all around. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so you moved up. That's not your action. You still have your action if you want to go and attack one of them, or do whatever you want to do. You could talk to them. Do what you will.
I want to throw a snowball at him. Can I?
Yeah,
do I have enough
okay.
time to like roll up a snowball and like throw it out?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll say that's part of your movement. You can ball up a snowball
Yeah.
and then hurl it at them. It's
I just
fine.
want to see what their
Make a
reaction will be.
totally make a ranged attack. So it would just be your dexterity modifier in this case, because I don't think you're trained in snowball throwing.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah, so it does not hit anybody, but like you throw it at one of them, and they all kind of turn and they look at each other, and they so you immediately go back to trying to make those snowballs again. Like, oh, we're gonna get you. They're like looking daggers at you. And what do you know? It's their turn. So they're cackling to each other in this weird language that doesn't make sense to you, and they're all gonna pick up their snowballs and hurl them. What's your AC, Val?
18 since my shield's out.
Okay, so that's 1 hit and a miss, and a natural 1. So you only get hit once. You're gonna take 3 damage. 2 points of it are bludgeoning. 1 point of it is cold, as you're kind of biffed in the arm with this snowball. One of them, is making a snowball and tries to throw it, but it powderizes before he manages to throw it. Right, it totally dissipates.
Yeah, right.
And they're kind of cackling and trying to move around. Several of them kind of open up little crusty wings and start flying, or kind of hovering around the chamber, cackling at you. All right, there are 3 of them up there. And then we move on to Moss. It is your turn. So you're still down 11. What do you wanna do?
I guess he'll move up to see
Cool.
where they
Yeah, you
are.
can see the scene of Val kind of surrounded by these 3 flying little ice devils.
Yeah. I think he's going to throw fire at him.
Nice.
So he's going to pick up, he's going to, scoop up snow in his thing, and it'll be he'll be laughing and everything, just oh, we're playing, this will be fun. And it's they're throwing ice, so I'll throw it ice, and then I'll set it on fire. So he'll just
Flaming
use produce
snowball.
flame. Yeah, and set a snowball on fire and throw it back at him.
Okay. So I would say that's just
so-
produce flame then. Don't worry about making an attack. Yeah. Go for it.
No. The produce flame is actually, it's.
That's what
you
I
can
meant.
use it
Yeah, I'm
as
saying
an
just
attack.
use your spell. I'm not going to make you do a snowball attack. You just do how the spell normally works.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from
So I'll just do the spell, which is a +2 attack bonus.
Ooh.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you pelt one of them.
Sure. And it does it does 3 fire damage.
Okay. That seems to have a pretty dramatic effect on this ice creature. He gets hit with the flaming snowball, and you see, his arm basically falls off and splashes to the floor in a big thing of water. He did not like that very much. He shrieks in agony. All right, nice one, Moss. You moved, you attacked. Unless you have a bonus action, we are going to move on to Jrmi.
I do, but I'm not going to
Jrmi.
use it on anything, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know.
I'm going to... If they're hovering, can I see them from where I am on that bottom landing?
No, you'd have to go up.
Okay. I'm going to go up there.
Because it's staircase, landing, staircase, yeah.
Okay, I'm going
Please
to go
go.
up there then. And
Cool.
I want to yell at them, but I would rather attack them for my action. So I'll probably just yell at them without rolling for it. It's not nice! It's
Okay.
not nice! It hurt. And then I'm just going to try and do a hand crossbow attack at one of them.
Yeah, sure. I'm not playing!
Obviously, she's shooting at them.
Remember how this happens every time I make one attack for the first time ever in any encounters? I forget how to do it.
It's your
So it
dex
should
plus
be
your proficiency modifier, so +2 +3, so
+5. Okay.
19.
19.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to attack a different one than the one that Moss hit, or the same one?
Probably a different one. Or whichever one I see first. I don't know which one.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Let me roll for it. You see number 3 first. Go for it. Twing. How much damage do you deal?
5. Piercing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he takes that. Not a big fan. All right. Thwack. Let's see. That puts us at... Okay, cool. Awesome. And that is the first round. So, Theo, you and the professor are standing kind of alone on the landing, and she sort of looks at you like, oh, you got to go up there, or... What do you want to do?
Yes, of course I'm going to go up there. And then I'll trundle up there.
Trundle.
And so when I go up there in the room, I'll see these creatures, right?
Yep, you see all 3. Uh-huh. Yep.
I would like to whip out my monster manual and try to distinguish what they are.
Cool. Awesome. You can make an Arcana check with advantage to figure out what they are.
Okay, I have to roll twice.
Yep.
First one is a 14. Second one is a 23.
Cool. Absolutely. They are a creature called a mephit, which is spelled M-E-P-H-I-T. They're basically tiny little elementals that people normally summon as familiars or things like that to perform little tricks. Sometimes in particular areas where the elements are really extreme, they can kind of form on their own. So like magma mephits can form in volcanoes, and ice mephits like this could definitely form in a glacier. What's interesting about these ones is that they do appear to be like partially melted. So they look like they are a little bit more vulnerable to fire than most normal mephits. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
That's
what
my
you
turn.
learned. That
Right?
is your action. Anything else? Yeah, that's your turn. Do you like loudly announce this to people that you spend the time to look it up instead of fighting them, right?
This is so.
I definitely try to like boast it to everyone in
I
the
know what
professor,
they are,
probably
guys.
especially. Did you know,
Yelling
Professor?
like down the stairs to her.
Did you know?
Did you know that they were
The
up
ice
here?
mephits.
I found them.
Right there. It's
All right.
nuts.
All right, Val, it is your turn. They were throwing
So I
snowballs
have
at you, and you
two
hit in the arm.
Flying, and then one still on landing with me.
One's still on the ground. Yep.
Okay, and the ones that are airborne are the ones that have taken damage, correct?
They're flying, but they're not flying high enough that you couldn't hit them. It's a pretty short ceiling in here, so you could definitely still swing and hit them with your weapons if you wanted.
Okay, cool.
Up to you.
And they're still kind of cackling and throwing snowballs at us, right? All right, that's definitely aggravating Val. She's gonna go for the one that's on the landing with her. That's definitely a hit. It was 24. If you'd like to know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you annihilate. Go for it. What's the damage?
8 damage.
8? Ooh, ouch. Not a fan. Cool. All three of them are wounded at this point. You have your sword, right? You slash with your sword and like shatters a bunch of the ice that's across its chest, and it cackles. All right. Sounds good. And then it is the monster's turn. Okay, so the one that's next to you, Val, will just lash out with its claws. I don't think so. No way. Kind of scratches at your shield, but can't manage to damage you. There'll be a snowball thrown at, we're gonna say at Moss. A horrible miss, Moss. It
Just 'cause you don't
splashes
have a
at your
beard.
feet. And then the third one will kind of flap into the corner and kind of draw itself back and blow out this big gust of cold. It's going to catch at least 2 of you guys in this cone. We'll see who it is. It's going to catch Val and Jrmi in the cone, as well as one of the other methods. So I need DC. I need dexterity saving throws from you guys, both Val and Jrmi. Blows its
19.
breath.
16.
Nice, yeah, you guys easily dodge out of the way. You will still take a little bit of damage. Actually, yeah, let's see. You'll take, 2 damage as you guys dodge a little bit out of the way. Take a little 2 cold damage, basically. The one mephit that was fighting Val actually just stands there and takes the full brunt of it, and it looks like the cold breath slowly starts to harden it, and it actually regains that many hit points back. Yeah.
Boo.
All right. Cool. And then it is Moss's turn. What do you want to do, Moss?
I think Moss is going to do another flaming snowball.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so he's just going to wing another one at one of the guys. Maybe the one that blew out the air. No, he'd probably just keep aiming for the one that he hit earlier. I think he really enjoyed watching the thing's arm melt off, so.
Totally.
Little statistic.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Woo-hoo, the entire thing just clumped.
So wait, how does, I actually don't know, is it double damage? So roll it twice, or?
I don't think that spells normally crit. I think cantrips can. Let's say that if it produce flame is a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll say it crits, and you just roll the damage twice.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine with me. I know, for big spells, I'm not sure if they do, but.
Well,
for
it's
it.
6.
6 total?
6 total.
Okay, cool. That is enough to destroy the mephit.
Yeah.
I like to
Let's
think I hit him
see.
right in his chest and it just melts a hole through him.
Totally. So you do that. You throw the snowball, it goes right into the chest cavity, and it kind of bursts. No one is immediately adjacent to it, but you see that icy shards go falling in every direction. You think that when these things die, they kind of give off a big blast of ice. So, ice comes raining down sort of in the corner where that guy was flying. But that method is now destroyed. Nice work, Moss.
Boo.
Do you want to move, or are you good where you are? Kind of on the lip of
I'll
the-
move. I'll move to a little bit more advantageous position, but I'm not going like up against any of them. So
Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Jrmi, it's up to you.
slide through.
I'm gonna try and shoot at another one of those guys.
Okay.
There's another flying one, right?
Huh? There's one more flying one.
Okay,
Number
they're
3.
not like adjacent to any of the other ones.
Nope, not currently.
Okay, cool. Stop. Well. 13.
13. 13, I think, will actually hit. They are not very
that's
well
good.
protected. Yeah, you got him.
Sweet.
Nice.
So 6.
6 damage? Okay,
Mm.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
2.
Takes another
2.
chunk
Two.
of
damage.
2 damage?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
how did you get 2? You rolled a 1. She adds her
That's plus
dex
dex,
modifier
right?
to this, yeah?
Yes, it's 4. Plus 3.
Yeah, I believe
Plus
so.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4.
So
Sorry.
4
damage.
I math.
We got
4
this.
damage.
Yeah. You take like a chunk. It's got those like really long
You
cartoon
turned
pointed
into-
noses.
Roger.
You snap it.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
god, seriously.
HK.
Danger, Will Robinson. Nada.
Oh no. No, I don't hear you.
How's that?
Nope.
Still a robot?
Oh, you're still Roger. Gadget. You get me.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bueno.
So you shoot your crossbow bolt and it snaps the like long pointed nose off of the mephit. You kind of
Yeah.
grabs at his nose. Like, oh god, my nose. Okay, cool. Do you want to move, Jrmi? Are you good kind of at the top of the stairs where you are?
I'm as long as I'm not like immediately adjacent to any of the little guys, then I'm fine. I'm gonna stay here.
You're good.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna move forward a little bit to
Okay.
try and not be by them, but to not be so close to the edge. I don't want to fall down any more stairs.
Yeah, it's been a rough day for the stairs in here.
Totally. All right, Theo, it is your turn. Back to the top of round 3. What do you want to do?
Sweet. So I want to whip out my orb, my implement or whatever.
Ooh, Mr.
Yes.
Schmancy. Was it a gift
It'll
from your
come out
father?
from the robe. It looks all shiny and cool, kind of marble-like. And I'm gonna cast Conjuration. No, what's it called? Chromatic Orb. That's what I want to cast. Chromatic
okay.
Orb.
Got it.
And I'll choose fire for this example, just because it makes the most sense.
Totally.
And you'll see the orb will be like resting in his hand, and he'll like kind of wipe over it, and all of a sudden like this fire will be around it, and he'll like twirl it around, and then it just like it goes out, but like another orb kind of comes out of the orb. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like
Oh, interesting.
because it's
Sure.
it's a chromatic
A weird
orb is the spell, right? So
Fire
like,
orb. Got it.
yeah, so like this
So how does
fire
this
orb is
work?
conjured, and it pops out, and then it flies out at the Nefet.
Mephit with an M. Mephit.
Method.
Are you kind of cocky when you do it too? You're just like,
Whatever.
Don't worry, I'll dispose of these methods.
With an
I did. I know. I had an N and an M. Sorry.
you're the one that looked it up.
So, how does this work, Cody? Is this an attack roll against one of them, or
Oh yeah. So it's a ranged spell attack. I'm pretty sure.
okay
Let me look up.
against one target?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Within. Let me find it. Yeah. Here it is. 90 feet. One action. Instantaneous.
Yeah, you got it. So yeah, make that ranged spell attack then, buddy.
Great. Which is just the spell attack bonus, right, Timothy?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, so I got a 14.
Oh yeah, definitely. Are you
Nice.
attacking the one in the air or the one on the ground?
I'll attack the one on the ground.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. 3d8.
Ooh, my goodness.
Yeah, right?
Jeez,
So,
Pete's nice, Mars.
That's
3d8.
12.
Fire damage, I believe, right?
14 fire.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's the first
You
level spell.
obliterate. You obliterate that guy. So the orb goes out and just takes it in the mouth, and it kind of stumbles back, and then boom, explodes into ice. So the one on the ground is immediately adjacent to Val. Val, I will need you to make a dexterity save to avoid getting hit by these shards of raining ice.
Oof, 7.
Oh no, you take 6 points of slashing damage as shards of ice cut you up. Yeah, take that.
I'm really glad it's my turn next.
It is your turn next. Awesome. Cool. Nice work, Theo.
So,
Val.
bonus action, second wind, because I'm down to a 1 hit point. I
There you go.
regain 5 hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm going to go for the one in the air. It's the last one, right?
Cool. Yep, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool. It's 11 going to hit?
11 will hit, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Imagine it's like a jumping attack, right? Because it's flying. You have to like, ugh!
Yeah.
To hit it on the
But I
end.
gotta look like
Totally.
a badass because I have a shield on one arm, so it's like kind of a slow-mo. At least in my head,
Yeah.
it's a slow-mo, like, jump.
Lazy jump attack.
Ooh. 12 damage.
Nice.
Oh, that is exactly enough to destroy it. I'm going to say that you're in the air when you slash it, so I need another dexterity save to avoid the ice shards again.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, alright, about 21.
Cool. So what does this look like? You kill it, and you avoid the ice, and you're
I'm
flying
like
as you do
slow-mo,
it.
and my shield kind of like protects me from all the ice shards, and I like land all badass too.
Absolutely. A Lord song plays in the background, and then like an ad comes up for a new TV show starring Val. It's super cool. Everyone's really impressed. Nice work. Awesome. Yeah, that is the encounter. There's sort of a like, well done, and the professor comes up behind you, clapping and approving. Like, that's a difficult challenge for 3 young students of your age. 3 ice methods. Oh, be sure to make a note of that in my report. And she starts writing down merrily that you guys handled the encounter. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I'd probably continue up the stairs, yeah? As we're all covered in
Yeah, I'm gonna go
ice.
look around to see. Like, I think Moss will be curious about like the ice that they left behind. If they're like, he's curious
Yeah.
about what was it, what was inside of them, what made them work.
Totally.
So
Yeah, you could do either perception to just look at them, or like an arcana to kind of understand it on a magical level, if that makes sense.
I can honestly say either way doesn't really matter. I'll go
Okay,
with
sure.
Arcana, but I rolled a 19.
Cool. Nice, yeah. So, you know that some, basically in extreme temperatures and climates in the world, like basically normal chemicals can take on a very magical property. So you can find some shards of their ice, which you notice like is melting a little bit, but you feel like wouldn't actually melt all the way down unless it was like basically touched with magical fire. So these like little shards of extreme cold are kind of like dry ice, like they're hard to touch, but you could pick it up with like your glove or whatever, and you actually think that they have some like magical like property, this like extreme ice, basically the magical version of dry ice. You can find little shards of that and investigate that if you want. Totally.
Yeah, I'll scoop a few of those up into like a pack in my pack.
Totally.
So
Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's doing this? Do you care, or are you hurrying on to the next room?
Oh, I'm in my own little world thinking about how awesome I just looked. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like your hair is all dusted with like ice particles,
Yeah,
right? Like
just like I have like
super
little
important.
bits of ice all over me too, just like
and blood.
very cool.
just a little trick.
What about Jrmi and Theodûir? What are you guys up to?
You want to go first? You go first.
I'm just gonna say hello.
Hello. Yeah, nothing.
Less and less in the mood for stairs and whatever we're doing.
There are still more stairs. There's one more flight of stairs. Yeah. What about you, Theodûir?
Theodûir will probably go around and see if everyone's okay, but it'll be such a just like a nasty like. Didn't look like you were gonna make it out of that one. Good thing I came.
Just
Good thing I came and took that one out single-handedly.
I'm fine, Dweer.
But he's still like kind of making sure everyone is okay, you know, like.
Yeah, totally. That's beautiful.
Good thing I was here.
Awesome.
It didn't look okay.
Okay, cool. So after a few
I
minutes,
think like
of
while he's doing that, Moss is just literally just like crouched over there in the corner, like looking around, like just digging at like the ice, just like that weird kid on the playground.
Moss belongs to be an urchin boy in
Yeah.
the streets. Like
He
he.
totally does.
Unfortunately, he has parents.
Yeah.
Those are
Unfortunately.
temporary. It's okay.
despite his best efforts, he still has parents.
They're still there.
All right, so once you guys have kind of recouped, did you want to spend any time and take a rest and get some hit points back, or you just want to press on? What do you guys
I
think?
would like some hit points back. I'm pretty low there.
Yeah.
I'm only.
rough.
I'm not quite half yet, so I want to wait for a minute. But we can. I don't mind resting.
Yeah, you guys can either take an hour rest and spend some hit dice to get some hit points back, or you could potentially, Val, if you're the only one who wants hit points, you could go petition the professor to see if she can give you some healing. It's up to you.
I'll petition. Yeah, definitely. I saw her shiny hands earlier.
Yeah. Give me some kind of a charisma check to convince her.
Charisma. Nat 20!
Nice. So probably, like, you don't even say anything. Like, she comes up to you, like, I assume that you wanted some healing after those wounds that you took. She's so, like, ready and eager to heal you. You just look so cool that she does it on her own.
It was. I'm
how many
standing on the landing just like,
how many hit points do you need to get back to full?
My max is 21. I'm at 6.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, so she will do about the last of her lay on hands to do that. Max is 21, you're at 6, so that's, boy, come on, math nerds. It's 15. Yeah, so she will spend 15 of her points and get you back up to full.
Woo, back
Cool.
to full.
Nice work.
Thank you, Professor.
Awesome. Yes, of course. I mean, you are doing far better at this than I assumed that you would. Cool. Then you guys can continue if you want on the adventure. All right. So it goes back to your previous marching order, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
All right.
You want to be the factory?
So at the top of the staircase, the complex opens into a massive sort of half-circular chamber. A domed ceiling stands 60 feet high and is covered with many shattered panes of glass, brokenly reflecting the scene down below. Stone bookshelves are carven into the walls and arranged throughout the chamber, though most of these stand empty or are partially crumbled. In the center of the room, thousands of books have been heaped into an enormous nest of some kind, all wet and partially frozen. Half a dozen round orbs lie scattered around the nest, glistening like ice. Does that make sense? You want me to describe it again?
No, got it. Just confused.
Yeah.
Processing.
Big, huge, sort of a domed chamber, lots of shelves around. In the middle of the room is a big, massive sort of nest made of all these heaped up books. And there's a couple of largish, glassy orbs sitting in the nest. What do you guys want to do?
Can I do perception to see if there's anything living and moving around?
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. 22.
22, yeah. So you don't see anything moving around. You have like a moment of like, when you look up at the ceiling. But since the ceiling is all like reflective, it's just basically you seeing your own reflection as you're walking around in the chamber. Nothing moves here at all.
Right.
But
Cool.
oh god, yeah. You do have. You look up at the ceiling and you see your reflection. You do see that about halfway, sort of in the center of the room, like in the middle of the room, there's a huge, big black crack that's maybe about 10 feet wide and about 30 feet long in the sort of the glass ceiling. And it kind of descends into darkness, this crack. You're not quite sure where it goes, but you probably wouldn't have noticed it if you weren't specifically looking up at the ceiling. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you don't see any other exits. You think this is basically the shrine, the library. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Okay.
While Val is doing that, what is the rest of the party up to?
I think Moss is just like trudging into the room,
Saying I want my crit candy.
just towards
Okay.
the like big shiny books and the eggs and like just the nest or whatever.
Okay. Sure. All right, you headed over to the nest. What about Jrmi and Theodûir?
I want to do some sort of check to see if like this type of nest would ring any bells.
Okay. Yeah, nature probably. What about you, Theodûir?
I'm gonna. I don't know. So there's no really like other door or anything like that in the
No.
room.
Nope.
Yeah.
This looks like the chamber. Like this is the big. I mean, it's huge, right? It's this massive, like 60-foot
Yeah.
chamber. Yep.
Okay.
I'll
I'll probably
Up
walk
to you, man.
in and then just be like, well, we did it.
Success.
I mean, we.
Awesome.
Professor, look what I found.
But you're like in the middle of the group, right? There's no way you would have even been here first. Yeah.
Third one.
He can't even. Like, he can't say we. He can't give other people acknowledgement at all.
He doesn't have the word in his vocabulary. So it looks like Jrmi succeeded with their crit, right? With your crit, right? On the nest. So that nest is unusual because it's pretty weird to see a nest made out of books. But you instantly recognize those eggs. There's a creature that dwells in sort of polar extremes called a remoraz. And it's basically a huge, horrible, like, giant Arctic centipede creature. And they're pretty rare, but they're awful, and they have this ability to, like, heat up their body that lets them burrow through ice. And they're massive, and they eat, elk and woolly mammoths and things like that. Like, they're very large and scary. This is definitely a remoraz nest. Your natural 20 would tell you that, like, a remoraz would be a tough fight for a party of adventurers of even Catra's level, of the professor's level. Like, that's a tough battle. But that looks like a nest, and you don't see any sign of an adult remoraz anywhere around.
I'm gonna, tug on her sleeve and be like, we gotta go. we gotta go.
As she's saying this to the professor, I'm pretty sure Moss is almost in the nest at this point. He's just,
so
he's
Moss
there.
is gonna trundle up the side. Do you want to try to be quiet, or are you just gonna head in there?
I don't think Moss was worried about being quiet. I mean, we already killed
being
those things
stealth.
earlier. He's just like, whoa, what's that?
Okay.
He's assuming it's
So
a
there's
nest.
huge-
He recognized nests. He recognized eggs. So he's just like, it's a creature. Naturally, it would be nice because all creatures
Definitely.
are nice.
All
Talk to me
creatures.
like that,
So you are like crawling up over this like big sort of 5-foot wall of books that like slumps down into this nest. And texts are kind of scurrying out from underneath your feet. It's all wet and soggy, like it maybe used to be frozen, but now it's like recently melted. You're like heading over towards one of the eggs when you see it kind of Jurassic Park style like shift, and you see a crack start to form down the side of the egg. You have one action, Moss, before this egg hatches. Is there anything you want to do?
Make it your
Can I lift it up?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
Yeah.
Cool. See, it's
I
big.
think-
It's probably like 2 feet tall. This egg.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's
Massive.
pretty big for you, but you
I
can pick
think
it up
I'm
with 2 hands.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to pick it up with 2 hands, like lift it over the head or as high as it could. Hey, look, it's hatching!
So yeah, we're with Jrmi. Like, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. And the professor is like, "Did you learn something? You figured out what kind of? Look, it's hatching!" We turn the camera whips over. We see Moss holding it up. So the egg
like staring at the
cracks
ceiling.
completely,
Oh my god, it's so shiny.
and the pieces of like icy eggshell come falling away, and you see this awful, goopy, like sort of embryonic fluid covered grub. It's got like 2 like sort of green eyes that are covered in like a film, and these like big antennae that come rolling out, sort of looking around. Moss is like loudly declared, it's hatching, and the thing like just kind of shrieks and lunges at him. It's gonna make an attack.
Oh my god.
Oh, it horribly misses. It's just at such a weird angle, right? I would say it jumps out of the egg and like lands at your feet with this horrible squelching sound. The last thing you hear before we're going to roll initiative, Moss, is that all the eggs behind you start to crack as well. All right, let's roll
So
initiative.
6 total.
6 total, yes.
15.
Nat 20.
Woo!
Nice.
17.
All right.
All these
15. Oh, nice,
11.
guys. Cool. All right. So it's going to be Moss first. Definitely. And then it's going to be the Grubs. And then it's going to be Theo. And then Val. And then once again, at the bottom of initiative, Jrmi.
Jrmi.
All right, Moss. So there are a bunch of them hatching behind you, and one of them immediately at your feet that just tried to bite you. What do you want to do?
I think Moss has now changed his tune on these creatures. At first he was excited. Now he's screaming, "Kill it with fire."
Got it. Fair.
Literally. It's hatching, kill it with fire.
It's hatching, kill it with fire! So I think he's going to take his, I I have a quarterstaff down, but I know that dwarves are. Sorry, I'm very loud. Dwarves are proficient with warhammers, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the
So you
plan
want
is that he has a
hammer?
warhammer, but it's more of a maul. It's just like a wooden, it's a wood
big
stick
mallet,
with a
yeah.
giant. Yeah, it's like a mallet. It's a rock. So
Got it.
I think he's changed his tune. He's gonna pull that out and then just try to smash this thing with it. Just
Squash it. You got it.
yeah. I don't actually. If you would be so kind as to look up the damage for me if I need it, which maybe
It's
I
a
won't.
warhammer. A warhammer would
Oh,
be D8.
warhammer.
Warmer.
Warmer. Anyway, it's a
D8.
D8. Is it versatile?
I think so. Yep. I think the longsword, the battle axe, and the warhammer are all versatile. So if it's 2 hands, it's a D10.
Yeah. Definitely two-handed here. Drop the egg.
Okay.
Smash it with a rock.
Got it. Yep.
I got a 15, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I did not hear that. Absolutely. That is a hit. Give me the damage.
A gentleman's 2.
Oof.
He's not
All
very
right.
strong.
No. So you cartoon style whack this thing. It kind of squeals, and then you realize your hammer is stuck to it. These things are covered in this goopy embryonic fluid. You think on your turn, as a move action, I suppose you could do it this turn if you want. As a move action, you could try to yank your weapon free from its weird adhesive membrane. Yeah. Do you want to try to do that?
Yeah, I'll yank it free while screaming about my rock.
Yeah, cool. That's a strength check, please.
Damn it! Come on, man.
No, strength check.
6.
No, you can't. You're screaming, my rock! But it's stuck to this grub. You cannot get it up. Nice. All right. Now it's the grub's turn. So the other 5 grubs are still hatching. They're going to spend their turn getting out of their eggs. But this one grub that's got a mallet attached to it is basically just going to lunge at you again, Moss. I don't think so. A 10's not going to hit your AC, I assume, right?
No, I have a 12.
Cool, yeah, so it'll lunge, but you kind of dodge out of the way. Okay, cool. That's the grubs. Theo, it is your turn. You're probably about 20 feet away from the nest at this point, having just proclaimed that you found this room and that you're the best.
That's right. So I'm going to. The orb is still out, or maybe I put it back in, but I brought it out again.
You?
And I'm going to cast Ray of
keep
Frost
blaming this orb.
at one of these hatchlings. I guess we'll
Got
do
it.
the one that's closest to Moss, because that one's still up, right?
Sounds good.
It's the only one that's fully out of its shell.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
great, perfect. Sweet. So then I make another ranged spell attack here. So cool. That's a 18.
It works.
An 18 will hit. So you blast it with your Ray of Frost, and it just seems to have no effect on the creature. It seems like the cold damage does not do a whole lot against this creature.
I kind of
Yeah.
wondered. I wasn't fully sure.
Oh, it's good to know.
Living
Now
in this,
you know.
frosted place.
Yeah.
Do you want
That's
to?
what I figured out.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to move?
If I'm kind of close to the professor and the group for the most part, I guess I would probably stay there. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. We are on to Val. It is your turn.
How far away am I from the only one that's hatched?
I would say that you're probably about 15 feet away if you were kind of exploring the room a little more. Yep.
Okay. And how far out of the other shells are the other grubs?
They're about halfway. At the start of their turn, they're going to be out and ready to attack. So right now, Moss is basically surrounded by these grubs.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
So they're all around Moss.
Yeah, because he was
Pretty
the
much.
only one in the nest,
Okay.
and all the eggs are in the nest, and they're all hatching. Yep.
There we go. Okay, cool. Since they're halfway out, I'm gonna go with my dual scimitars.
Cool.
At the one that's closest to me.
Yeah, sure. So you go running up the nest.
First attack.
To try to hit these.
Yeah. First hit is 23. Second
Oh, yeah.
is a 17.
Oh yeah.
First damage is an 8. Second damage is a 7.
Cool. Sounds
But
good.
does two-weapon fighting happen if you... I thought you could only do your second attack if you didn't
I'm trained in
use...
two-weapon fighting.
I know, but if you didn't use your move action. Is that right?
I think you can do 2 even if you move, right?
Yeah.
I could be
Because
wrong.
speed with it.
That's always what I had
First
heard.
go. Yeah.
Don't know.
We'll find out next time
me
when we
have
look it
this.
up
Come on,
later.
Moss.
Yeah.
Next time on Dungeons and Dragons, we'll know the rules, maybe.
We'll know the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. So it was, 7 damage on the first and 8 on
It
the
was
second?
8 damage on the first, 7 on the second.
Got it mixed up, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, you run up and you wail into these eggs. You're slashing them with your scimitars, and you can hear their horrible insectoid shrieking sounds inside. They are not dead, but they are sufficiently wounded. All right, Jrmi, it is your turn.
I guess I'm gonna try and shoot the one that's closest to Moss with the crossbow again.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
According to chat, Adam J. Pearson says that two-weapon fighting is action and bonus action. So I think you can do a bonus action when you move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Jrmi?
Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Thanks,
I was
15.
15, you said?
18.
Yeah, that'll do it. 18. 18 will do it, too.
6 damage.
6. Awesome. Yeah, still damaged, but not dead yet. Okay, Moss, it is your turn. So, Val has run up to help you, but there are still an awful lot of grubs around you, my friend.
All right. I think he's still focused on getting his rock back, so I'm going to try another strength attack. Or a strength
Go for
check
it.
to get the thing off of it.
Yes,
I did not. It didn't work. And I think out of frustration, he's like, give me back my rock! And just throw fire on it. Kill it with fire.
Yeah, go for it.
It did not work.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. So yeah, flame goes off in the area, like lights one of the books on fire, but does not seem to damage the Remoraz. All right, grubs. So let's see. We're gonna say that they basically divide their attentions evenly. That there are a couple of different targets as the other grubs hatch and come crawling over towards Val. 3 of them will attack Val. 3 of them will attack Moss. All right, so against Moss we have.
You're gonna survive this.
That's 1 hit with a bite if your AC is 12. 3 hits with a bite, my friend. Moss is gonna get not very much damage. Oh, okay. Well, you take 13 damage, Moss. About 6 of which is cold damage. So as they come over and they bite you with their little kind of barely formed fangs, you can feel them sucking the heat like literally out of your body. As they're trying to like basically get nourishment and warmth from you. That's a fair amount of damage. 3 attacks against Val. Natural 1, a hit, and another miss. So only 1 hit on Val. Val, you take you take 8 damage. That's a savage hit. About 3 of which is cold damage. Similarly, only 1 of them gets the bite on you, but they are just sucking the heat right out of your body. Okay. All right, and then we are moving on to Theo. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move up to one of them. So I'll move up to the closest one to me, I guess.
Okay, yeah. One of the ones fighting Moss. Moss is kind of surrounded by grubs at this point. Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds
Cool.
good. And I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp. So
Okay, cool.
you'll see I'll hold out my orb kind of away from myself, I guess, and I'll touch whatever I'm about to shock, and you see like electricity comes from the orb through me into the creature.
Yeah, go for it.
So I gotta do a melee ranged or a melee spell attack here.
Okay.
It's only a 9.
A 9. That will not do it.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is that you stick your hand onto this thing and you instantly realize it's covered in this adhesive goop and that now your hand is stuck there and you can't basically channel your spell through it. As a move action, you can attempt to pull your hand up, but you already moved this round, so you'll have to do it next time because your hand is stuck to this horrible grub creature. All right. Moving on to Val. Val, I should point out, someone in the chat, Durzan Malakim, thank you for this, pointed out that you don't actually get your strength bonus with the offhand damage. So when you attack with your second attack, don't add your strength bonus to that damage. But then otherwise we should be good.
Gotcha. Since I'm trained in 2-weapon fighting, it was saying that I do get to add my ability modifier.
Oh, you do?
To my second hand.
And you're good. Cool.
Yeah, I'm 2-weapon fighting trained. Yeah.
Got it. And you're good.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Awesome.
We're all just trying to fuck up your 2-weapon play.
Right? I just want to be a badass, guys. Let me be a badass.
You were too cool in the last combat. Now we're all
jealous. Yeah.
Some of us don't.
All right.
I get it. It's fired.
Go for it.
All right. So I'm going to go... Is the one that got a bite on me the one that I've already caused damage to, or is it completely fine?
Yeah, it's one of those two. Because you hit 2 of them.
One of those? Okay, cool. I'm going to go for it again.
Go for it.
So first attack, it's a 9. I'm gonna assume that doesn't hit.
Ooh.
2 9s. Do I miss both?
Okay. You missed both, yeah. So you have this
I'm just so shocked by the heat.
Yeah, you're flailing around. Oh, God. I looked so cool before. What's happening? All right, Jrmi, it is your turn.
All right. Can you turn to page 276? I want to try and cast sleep.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Page
I don't know
276
how
for
it
sleep.
works.
I think you roll the 5d8, and then we'll figure it out from there. The problem is you cannot exclude... Oh, no, you can. Never mind. Go for it. Roll your 5d8, and then we'll choose which creatures in what order will be affected by it.
Do I
Go
keep
for
the
it.
numbers separately, or do I add them all together?
Add them all together.
You add them all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
24.
Sleep. 24, okay. So you can affect 24 hit points worth of these creatures.
Okay.
So there are 6 of them that are hatched. It starts with a creature that has the lowest hit points, and then goes up from there. So with that spell, you can really only put 1 of them to sleep. You're very close to being able to do 2 of them, but you'd only get the 1. Cool. So it's the one that Moss was fighting initially, the one you'd already shot. That one will fall asleep. What does your spell look like when you cast it, though?
It's probably just like the form of like some sort of tantrum where I'm just like, go to sleep! And I like stomp, and then it
the
ripples out.
The waves come out. Yeah,
It's
totally.
like a weird panic sonic move.
Perfect. So one of the Remoraz corrupts that was fighting Moss kind of like and like curls up back into a little ball and just sort of lands there. Awesome. That one is still asleep, but the others are still up and moving around. Okay. Do you want to stay where you are, Jrmi? Are you good there?
Yeah, I'm okay here for now.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Throwing
We're gonna do one
tantrum
more.
in the corner.
Good. Okay. We're gonna do one more round, and then we will take our next break. Sound good?
Cool.
Okay. All right, Moss. It is your turn. You have 2 grubs on your butt. What do you want to do?
All right, Moss is gonna panic, and he's gonna turn into a honey badger.
Yes.
Yes.
So he's like, ah! Like he got hit. He's cold. He's tired. He's angry. His rocks are gone. His fire doesn't work, and so he's just gonna, because honey badgers don't care. He's gonna turn into a honey badger.
That sounds awesome. Cool.
And swiftly after turning into a honey badger.
Honey badgers classically eat grubs and worms, right? Like you turned into like a natural
That was
predator.
the idea
for
as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so he's gonna turn into a badger because he knows what badgers eat, and he's just like, badgers eat these fuckers.
Yep.
And he's going to attack. So he actually gets 2 attacks. He gets a bite and claws.
Yeah.
Get him. F up their stuff.
So the white one is for the bite. The orange one is for the claws.
Can we assume that you're not attacking the sleeping one, right? You're letting that one lie.
Yeah, no, I'm attacking the ones that are a threat.
Got it.
As a honey badger would. So the claws, I do believe, hit. The bite is a 10, and the claws are a 20.
The claws will hit, the bite will not, alas.
Alright, so the claws do 2d4 plus 1 damage.
Got it.
So a gentleman's 9.
Nice.
Nice.
So I bite
Very
at one
good.
of them, but then I'm just like, yeah!
Worrying it with your claws. Awesome. Cool. It reacts bodily to this. It's like, oh god, not the honey badger. Like, it just hatched literally 12 seconds ago, and it already knows to fear
And it
you.
already is aware of the honey
Just
badger.
knows
Of
everything.
the honey badger, yes. All right. So the grubs will attack. The one will dream of eating rotted flesh. And then 2 and 3 and 5 will go after Val. Let's see. We have 1 attack. Oh, another natural 1. That's probably that won't hit either. 16 won't hit you. No, yeah, they just can't get past your armor, Val. You're just too well armored, and they're so floppy and like awkward, like derpy. I just hatched, like they can't really like get after you.
Their eyes probably aren't even open yet.
They're just
Yeah,
flailing.
actually, they do not have open eyes. They're kind of just all feeling with their horrible, goopy antennae. 2 attacks against. 1 attack will be against Theodûir because it's you got your hand stuck to it. Theodûir, I assume that a 14 will hit you. Yes.
No, my AC's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, you got 16 AC.
Yeah. What? How'd you
So
do
it's
that?
trying to clamp onto you, but you're like just staying out of range, like oh god, while your hand is still attached to it. It can't get you at the right
How
angle.
dare you try to get me slimy?
Oh my
Got
god.
that in my hair.
And the other one will go against the honey badger. Will a 15 hit the honey badger?
The honey badger has a 10 AC, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So correct. Yes, it will. The honey badger will take 5 points of damage, 3 of which is piercing, 2 of which is cold, as it sucks some heat
The
out
honey
of the honey
badger
badger.
remains standing, but only just.
Okay, good to know. All right, Theo, it is your turn. This Remoraz is trying to bite you, but you are so far avoiding it.
I'm gonna try to do the exact same thing. To just try to blast it with Shocking Grasp again. My
Yeah,
cantrip.
go for it. I will argue that you do not have to make another attack roll against it because you are already attached to it. Like you already have your hand stuck to it. So just deal the damage, right? Like
Roger.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. Let me pull up. I think it's a D8. Let me just double check though.
Is that better?
Say something else.
Nothing.
Sure. The mic auto mutes itself. Am I good?
Got it. We can hear you, but it's still.
Oh my
That's really
god.
Still Roger.
Watch Doctor Who. Get a little gadget.
No, I don't watch Doctor Who, so I get Roger.
Any better? Still a robot?
Still
Still
robot.
kind of robot-y.
Yeah.
Okay, weird. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, Cody, you keep going with your round. I'll try to fix this.
Okay. Just rolling damage, I guess. It's only a D8 here. Hang on, isn't that? Is it just the?
For Shocking Grasp, we should. Oh, there might be a spell modifier, but I think it's just
Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
attack.
So.
Still robotic.
What? Ridiculous. Okay, sorry, chat. I'm figuring it out. It's on my side.
Oh, it sounds fine for Twitch, I guess. So it's probably
Yeah,
just.
maybe just us.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just us. It's alright.
If we just have to deal with it, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can understand you, so don't worry about it.
Okay, let's just keep going then. Sorry, guys. What was the damage there?
4 lightning damage to the
4?
to the,
Yep, got
the
it.
creature, and it can't take reactions until its next turn.
Okay, cool. Do you want to try to escape from it, or do you want to stay where you are?
I'll try to move away. Yeah, I'll try to rip my hand from it and run away.
Okay. Yeah, give me a
You're like, your
save.
voice is up like an
Strength.
octave for
Voice
us.
modulator.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what? All right.
That's great, though.
It's an AI DM.
I'm not okay with it.
program we're running.
Do I roll a strength check to get out of there?
Yes, you do.
Nope. I got an 8.
Okay, you are still
It's an
stuck.
18, isn't it?
You cannot pry your hand loose.
It's a 10.
Um, okay, do I sound any better, or am I still a robot?
Nope.
It's actually worse now.
Yeah, you're getting quieter.
I'm plugging that light.
Cool. I'm excited about
We're gonna
that.
try something really quick, Timothy.
Okay,
Just to see it.
sorry, chat. Just figuring out tech issues.
Because now we can't understand you, though.
Can you speak?
Yeah, okay. I can keep speaking. Nothing?
Nah.
I don't understand. I have a brand new microphone. This should never happen.
No, I have no.
What about now?
That's weird.
Mm-mm.
Let's fix it on our break.
Yeah, we got a break soon.
Okay. As long as you can still understand me, that's my only concern. Okay. All right. So Val, it is your turn then. If he does not escape.
We can barely hear.
I can't hear shit
Yeah.
at this point.
Should we take
Cool.
a 5 minute and we can try and fix things on our end since chat can still hear you?
Yeah, that sounds great. Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
Awesome.
chat. We'll figure it out.
Thanks, chat.
I need to switch spots with you.
How about we just try? Can you hear me at all? Okay.
That's me.
Keep listening and let me know if it gets better.
Oh. Are you resetting yourself? Oh, we're on mute.
Hey.
Yeah.
Better?
So much better. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured we might just need to refresh the call every once in a while.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
I want to get this out of my life. Okay.
Hey, chat. Thanks for your patience. We're taking our 5-minute break right now, so now's a great time to go pee. If you don't have to pee and you want to hear all about experience points, you can stay right here. We are the creators and cast of Experience Points, which is a D&D themed web series that released last year to critical acclaim. I say very seriously. No, but it's all on YouTube right now. You can go check it out. We worked very hard on it, and we are currently fundraising to make a second season. So if you want to check that out, you can check out our Patreon, where we're currently raising funds. And we have a lot more information there about cool prizes and things you can get if you are a patron. But otherwise, hang out, ask us some questions. Thanks so much for all your lively chatting. Sorry we don't get as much chance as we would like to get into that chat and interact with you guys. We really need to have someone whose job it is just run the chat. Yeah, there's been a lot of lively discussion, which is awesome. So, yeah, we appreciate all your guys' patience with our Skype troubles. It's really the worst. I know some of our friends at Encounter Roleplay use a different program. I think Zoom. So we may try to use that one in future because that might be a little bit more amenable. Yeah, we appreciate you guys sticking with us for this this experiment because well, it can just be difficult when you're first starting off.
Class next week. I'm excited. Good thing I took training in that.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Hey there, guys.
No. No.
I've just been edifying the chat about how much you guys are dumb and I don't like you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right. You know.
Fair.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Gotta wait for us to walk away. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right.
So, side note, I think I told you this, Timothy, actually, but next week I start my dual wield sword class in real life.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, good question. That's gonna be pretty cool. Those of you who don't know, yeah, Heather is a trained. Is it actual combat or is it stage combat?
It's stage combat, so we're using full metal swords. They're just not sharp.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. The Heracross asks, why aren't you all just at the same place? Last week, I happened to be in town with the rest of these guys. We used to be all based in LA, but then I moved to Seattle because of my stupid fiance and her dumb academic dreams. So now I'm trapped here in this rainy hell.
So much love.
I do love Seattle, but unfortunately it makes it a little hard to do live stream games. Fortunately, most of our cast gets to be together, but I am the one fool who does not get to join them. But I think it's probably better this way that it's the DM as opposed to like one player awkwardly being on Skype. That might be a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's not too awkward for you guys over there through Skype, but I think it's working out so far.
Blowing through this quick candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people are suggesting Discord is another option. We could look at it at some point if you don't want to do Skype.
Okay.
But yeah, we can check it out. Again, we appreciate you guys bearing with us for this one. All right, so once Cody returns, we will jump back in.
Cody. There's Fox.
He will be
Oh,
right
yes.
back, he said.
Kate's cat, Star Fox, is probably wandering around over there.
Finally showed his face. I've been looking for him. Come here, Fox.
But of course he won't cooperate and get on camera because he's a cat.
No, it's a cat.
Why would he?
All right.
So that's
Are our
judges us from far
adventurers ready to begin? Ready
Almost.
to return?
Oh, here we have a
Yes.
duel. Oh, what do you know?
It's Star Fox.
Oh.
Buddy. All right, let's jump right back in. Thanks for joining us, folks. We are currently in the middle of a harrowing combat between our 4 adolescent adventurers in the Junior Adventurers League and a nest of prematurely hatched Remoraz grubs. Things are looking a little bit dire, but I think they're going to pull through if they just learn how to work together as a team. Okay, so starting at the top of this initiative, we have Moss, currently in the form of a honey badger. What's going on, Moss?
Honey Badger don't care.
He doesn't care at all.
Honey Badger's going to go ahead and just continue mauling the one that he was currently mauling.
Do it. Keep up that maul.
So he's also at 2 hit points, so the Honey Badger is looking a little worse for wear, covered in goop and blood and whatnot.
Honey Badger's starting to care a little bit.
Yeah, Honey Badger cares just a tad. What did I say? The claws missed this time, but the bite did not.
All right.
So,
Let's see that damage.
So the damage was a 6. No, that was... Yes, you're right. A gentleman 6.
6? Okay. Yeah, you're still wailing away at this grub. It's not having much effect, but you think it's definitely bloodied by this point, burying those claws in there.
Not having much effect. That's good.
Cool. I will also make the point that I forgot about this last round, but the honey badger basically has the same problem where your claws and your teeth would get stuck. I'm going to say, though, that because you are specifically a honey badger and honey badgers eat these things, that you are able to pull your paws and your mouth away and not get stuck in the adhesive glue, because that would be like part of being a honey badger, is able to eat these goopy worms.
That makes sense.
All right. Cool. It is the grub's turn. So we have 3 of them still on Val, and we have 2 of them fighting Moss. Okay, so 3 attacks against Val. That's a hit and a hit. Oh, wow. I rolled an 18, a 17, and a 19. There we go. This has been a long time coming.
Mean grubs.
You take 9 damage, 3 of which is cold.
Okay.
As they just continue to suck the life out of your bones. 1 attack against the honey badger. Ooh, is also a hit. That's going to be only 3 damage.
I'm down.
1 of which is cold. Okay, so the honey badger drops. Has the life sucked out of it. Do you go back to being...
Yeah, when I go unconscious, I am now Moss again. So I'm
Moss. Okay.
a little dead dwarf.
Unconscious.
Unconscious dwarf, covered in blood and goop.
A heap of burning books. And then 1 will attempt to attack Theodûir. Oh man! Ooh, these dice are on fire.
I'm gonna assume
Theodûir?
that their eyes are finally open and they're seeing us all at this point.
Finally. Theodûir, you take 1 point of damage. So there you go. Enjoy that. It's cold damage if that matters to you. But all right, that is the grub's turn. Yikes! Looking a little bit dire. Theo, it is your turn.
It is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably just gonna keep shocking grasping. If that, that
Go for it.
The grub that's kind of attached to me.
Go for it.
Or that I'm attached to, rather. So, oops, that's cocked. Hang on. No, I rolled a 10.
10?
10 ranged.
No, remember we said that you can already attack them because you have your hand
because
stuck.
I'm attached to it.
Yeah.
Right, with my hand. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Boom. Oh, 1 damage.
Oh boy!
Just keep shocking it.
It's like on the order of like a regular shock when you touch a doorknob or something. Like it's really not that damaging.
Just a little static.
More
electricity.
surprising than anything.
It's like
Sorry. Excuse
Nice.
me.
Okay.
then,
do you want to try to pull your hand off?
Probably, yeah. Since
Go for it.
Stuck. Ooh, maybe 17.
Yes. You can definitely do it. Your hand is still kind of covered in this adhesive goop, but you can yank your hand away if you want as your move action. Okay, cool.
Disgusting,
Then it is.
say.
Then it is Val's turn. What would you like to do, Val?
Alrighty, 2 scimitar attacks again on the ones closest to me.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Why? Another 9.
Okay.
Why?
Wait, these 9s.
Why? Okay, maybe that'll 11?
11 will just do it.
Oh,
Yes.
thank goodness. Alright. So the second one hits for 5 damage.
5. Okay. Yeah, it's a solid hit. You open up a cut in the creature's back, but your scimitar is stuck. So again, if you want to spend your move action, you can try to yank the weapon free, but it's up to you.
Yeah, why not? Strength?
Cool. Give me a strength check. Yeah, you're pretty good at strength.
Yeah, 16.
Easy. It barely even got stuck. Like, you sort of noticed that it was a little sticky. You're like, yeah, fuck that. Just pulled it right back out. All right, cool. Moving on to Jrmi.
Can I make it to Moss?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, I will do that. And,
Cool.
Yep. Do Cure Wounds.
Awesome.
So,
How much healing is that for Moss?
that's 1d8 plus 3, so that's 10 points.
Nice.
10 points, Mr. Moss. You are back.
Sweet. Do I go from 0 or do I go from whatever I was at?
Go from 0, I believe.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. So 10.
Cool.
And then I had, for a bonus, can I do Healing Word? It says 1 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can cast 2 spells in one turn unless one of them is a cantrip, so I don't believe so.
Well, I think that
Yeah.
the healing word is a bonus action.
Well, so is Misty Step, but you're really only supposed to cast
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Yeah, normally.
Okay.
That's okay. You can do it next time. So, like, normally you could do, like, a cantrip or something and then do that, or an attack and do that, but
Okay.
alas, not. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to do with your bonus action that's not casting a spell? I assume not.
No.
Because you moved and you did your action. Okay, that's cool. All right, Moss, it is your turn. You are back.
Cool.
And conscious.
Moss will like sit up, situate his hat on his head, which is very important too, apparently. And then
All his rocks are like under his head.
yeah. And then he'll just throw some fire at that jerk right in front of him.
Do it. Kapow.
That would be an 18.
An 18 will definitely do it.
So
yes, sir.
it does 1d8 fire damage, coming to the total of 1 fire damage.
1 fire damage. All right.
Chip away at these grubs.
Yeah, man.
Looking at him.
It kind of licks its body, and if it has an effect, you don't really notice it. All right. Do you want to stay where you are, Moss, or do you want to move?
I want my rock back. I'm gonna try
it's still stuck. It's still stuck.
I'm gonna pull my rock free.
Give it a try.
I'm not gonna pull my rock free.
Oh my gosh.
That rock is
Horrible. Just adhere to the side. Like, at this point, you've let it go, so it's just like the grub is moving around.
Yeah,
with this
it's
huge
just like
mallet
this-
just stuck to it. Yeah. This weird angle. Okay. So one of the grubs will attack Moss. I think so. Yeah. That's it's a 16 versus your AC.
Yeah.
You take 4 damage, 2 of which is cold. And then one of them will attack Theo. Ooh, that's a crit. Oh boy, Theodûir. Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Baby boy, that's 12 damage. 5 of which is cold. Yeah, Theodûir drops. All right. And then there'll be, 3 more attacks against Val? Yeah. All right, here we go.
Still all miss.
18 hits you, right?
Yeah.
Hits, a miss, another hit. So you get 2 hits. Oh, well, not very much. 6 damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Are you down? You're down.
Yeah,
Oh my
I was at
god.
4.
So both Theodûir and Val hit the ground. These crawling up their body.
So dainty.
It is Theo's turn. Theo, give me a death save, please.
First round.
19.
19. Yes, that is 1 success. So if you get 2 more successes, you stabilize. If you get 3 failures, you die. All right. Then it is Val's turn. Same thing. Death saving throw, please.
15.
Nice. That's a success. Very good. All right, Jrmi.
Can I make it to Val without
Um,
provoking?
yeah, you can make it to either one of them.
Too much.
Because I don't think you're adjacent to any of the creatures.
Okay, great. Well, I will make it to Val then.
Go for it.
She's
I have way better
I
armor.
don't know. Yeah.
She was standing on my shoulders. We have a bond.
And I'll do another Cure Wounds.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay. So you also get 10
Woohoo!
back.
Nice. Awesome. Okay.
Oh my god. Whew. Short lived. Thank
All
you,
right.
Jrmi.
That is the end of that round. We are back at the top with Moss. What's up, Moss?
Moss is going to spend his move action trying to get his fucking maul off of this creature. He doesn't. He
Oh my God.
critically fails.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
sorry, my friend.
critical failure. You can do what you want with that.
All right.
During this thing, during the... I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say maybe that the handle of the maul snaps, and now you've got less leverage to try to pull it off.
All right.
Yeah.
I think when it snaps, he's just going to, like, scream out, like, a slew of dwarvish curse words.
Totally.
One of which happens to be, luckily, a dwarven word of healing. So
nice.
he's going to he's going to say a bunch of shit, and then, sorry for the stream of actual curse words, but he's going stream a bunch of dwarven curse words, and then, like, yell at Theodûir to get the hell up.
Okay, cool.
Which is his healing word spell, so he rolls 1d4 plus 3.
Awesome.
So he gets 6 hit points back.
6 hit points, Theodûir.
6
Very
hit
good.
points from 0, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
So
beautiful.
that was my
Good
bonus
work.
action, and then as my main action, I'm going to cast a cantrip, which we said we could do,
Yes.
and throw fire at that piece of crap at 15.
That'll do it. Yes. Very good.
So, and I'm attacking the one that I attacked as a honey badger. So,
Yep.
6 fire damage.
You burn it to a crisp. Very nice.
So it's like in his anger, in his hate, he like screamed out all the stuff, told Theodûir to get up, and then it's just like, kill him with fire. And just,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a little column of flame, and the creature like curls up into a little blackened husk. All right, nice work.
Jrmi will turn to camera and say, "Now that's a tantrum." And the little Looney Tunes circle closes, and we're done.
All right, so the remaining grubs, we still have 3 near Val, but Val is not unconscious, but on the ground. So they're going to kind of go and spread out amongst the 2 remaining targets. So basically, we have 2 attacks on each one of you. Can everyone actually give me a perception check as well while I roll these attacks?
5.
It's always great.
12.
13.
Oh, okay.
12.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody but Moss actually can hear this. The only person who's hit by those attacks, ironically, is Jrmi. Both Moss managed to dodge all of them. There are 2 attacks at you, Jrmi, but only one of them hits you. You take 6 damage, 2 of which is cold. All right, so everybody but Moss can hear from high above the chamber. There's something that goes across the top of the glass. You can kind of see like dust and little shards of glass coming down. Something is moving across, not the ceiling, but like almost like the roof, basically, of the chamber. And you think that it's headed towards that crack.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Something very large and very heavy is moving in that direction. All right, Theo, it is your turn. You are conscious, and you are aware of this noise.
Right. I guess I'll maybe try to... I hear the noise, right? So... Could I maybe whip out my monster manual and try to figure out what it is or something?
Yes, you absolutely could do that.
Professor, I got this.
I will give you advantage on this nature check.
A nature check? Okay. Well, let's see here. 15?
15, yeah. So you think that, given the circumstances, and given the number of legs you can hear on this creature, and the size, this is almost certainly a fully grown adult Remoraz, probably headed back towards the nest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have, can I say something?
Oh, yep. You can speak as free action.
All right. I'll probably shout to. I'll just shout something. Something. God, what do you shout?
Mama, I'm
so snotty.
coming home.
Kind of
We're all gonna die.
we must get out of here. We must leave right this minute.
I had something, everyone.
I know it
Oh
is
my-
coming. It is the Papa, or something like that.
I look at you take credit. Like, I know what's coming. Do you know what's coming?
I loved it.
Ridiculous.
Professor
Okay.
Growth Drunk, I suggest we leave.
Okay.
This
Sounds
party
good.
is
All right.
over.
Does she have
You
any
just keep going.
response?
All right, we are going to move on to Val. Is your turn. Oh, so Theo, you still have some actions. You can do stuff. You didn't even act. You just said that.
You just looked at the monster manual
Well, I
like,
did. I did the
there.
monster
Oh,
manual.
you did look at the monster manual. Yeah, that was your turn.
That's it.
I like to imagine you, Theo. I'm sure this isn't true, but I like the idea that you're like on your belly with like your legs up, like a teenage girl making a phone call, like flipping through the monster manual, like
Yeah.
looking for it.
Well, I could be because I was probably knocked prone because of
were
being
prone. Yep,
unconscious.
yep.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right, Val, it is your turn. You are also unconscious, or you were unconscious, but you've just come back to life.
Yep, so I'm up. I think so. Val notices what's going on with the ceiling, but she just is way too in the midst of the battle, so she's gonna make some more attacks.
Get in there.
First one's a 19.
Okay. Yep.
Second one's a mod 20.
You got him. Are you going after the same grub or two different grubs?
I'll go after the same one.
Cool. Sounds good.
First hit was a 5. Second hit's an 8.
Oh yeah, you slaughter that one. Nice job. Just like cut it into pieces, or what does it look like?
I think the first hit I kind of nick its head, and then the second one I just like slice it right down the middle.
Oh god, it like splits open and all its weird, awful insides pour out. Nice. You stood up, but you could still move again if you wanted to. Anything else you want to do this round?
I want to move closer to the professor.
Okay, yeah. Give me a perception check.
19.
Yeah, okay. So it takes you a minute. You're kind of looking around, and you see the professor is like near one of the bookcases, and it's like thumbing through the books, and like pulls out a book, and so like I found what I was looking for. Of course, that wasn't her accent. I just did Theo's accent. I found what I was looking for. There we go. All right, Val. Jrmi, it is your turn.
I'm gonna do some hit dice. Can I do that during combat?
No, you need to
Cool.
do that during an arrest.
I am going to back up near Val and then shoot an arrow.
Okay, so here's the issue. You have two of them adjacent to you.
Oh.
If you disengage, you can move, but if you don't disengage, you'll provoke 2 opportunity attacks from them. So you could shoot in melee, but you just have disadvantage on that attack.
So if I
it's up to
disengage
you.
and just like walk away.
You can disengage and then move, because disengage is basically an action.
Mm-hmm.
So that means this round you wouldn't be able to shoot. You can disengage, move, and then next round shoot, or you can shoot here and then move, but you'd still be provoking.
I'm gonna disengage and move. I have 2 hit points.
Okay, cool.
So
Sounds good.
Get out of
All right, awesome. You're skedaddling. Okay, then the professor will basically turn now. I guess you're both at this point near the professor, I suppose. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I think we're about to have some company. Junior adventurers, I think it's time to go. And she'll kind of gesture towards the doorway with her thumb. She is sounding the retreat. Moss, it is your turn.
Am I going to provoke any opportunity attacks if I book it?
Yes, I believe. If you just run, you will, but if you disengage and move, you will not.
Gotcha. I will disengage
Sounds good.
and peace out of there.
Cool, awesome. So you kind of disengage from the grubs and start to head away. So the only one still near the nest is Theodûir on his belly reading his monster manual.
not even facing them, probably.
Yeah, no, it's in the wrong direction. So the handful of remaining grubs will kind of all like scoot back into the nest and kind of like baby bird style open up their mouths and start going like kind of up towards the ceiling. Perception checks, everybody.
Ooh, no.
Mod 20.
Mod 6.
Mod 6.
I get a
Nice.
plus 0 to it, so.
Mod
So it's
10.
not even modded. Yeah.
No, it's just a 6.
9.
9. What'd you get, Theo?
Mod 10.
Mod 10. Okay. So I don't think too many of you are paying that much attention. Real quick, Theo, there was a question from the chat for you. Does Theo pee himself a little, is the question.
Not right now. Well, it depends on what's
Not
going to
at the mo-
happen, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Once you like figured out what it was, just oh no.
So, I think 10 was enough. What did you get, Val? Give me
I got
yours
a mod
again.
20.
Okay, so Val sees it, definitely. Something drops from this crack and basically makes a big splat on top of the books. It looks like some kind of animal carcass. It looks kind of like a big hairy cow or something like that, and it splats into the nest. And you see these grubs all kind of go swarming over it. You don't see anything else emerge actually from the crack except for a huge pair of antennae, probably about 10 feet long, that kind of come down and are sort of feeling around through the crack in the ceiling. And that is the grub's turn. All right, Theo. So you are on the ground. You've seen this thing land nearby, and these grubs are crawling all over this rotted animal carcass.
A little bit.
Do you pee yourself a little bit? I guess is the question.
I better roll some kind of like endurance check or something. I'm not gonna say I pee myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna announce this to anyone.
Constitution, you said?
Yes. I hope you're happy, Adam. This check is literally.
So I rolled a 14, but I get a -1 to my Constitution, so I do have a 13.
You're fine. Yeah,
okay.
Maybe a little bit comes out the tip.
I'm probably thinking like, wow, I almost peed myself.
Right. All right. What do you want to do with your round? Your turn.
I would love to get away. I would love to move away.
Sounds great.
Antenna.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll
Go
move
for it.
to as close to the professor as possible, and I'll probably say something like, I told you so. Or something like that.
Totally. Yeah, you can get your book and go scrambling towards the exit. At that point, if the whole group is resolved to leave, you guys can head out. The professor will, when you guys get to the door, kind of stop you and like point back and like, well, let's take a moment and observe. Obviously, this is not something we normally get to see. And you see that, I assume, unless anyone just runs and does not stay.
I would check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If everyone else is staying, then I'll feel safe enough to stay, I guess. If the teacher's gonna stay, then I'll be like, okay.
Moss has been like supremely. Moss has gotten supremely like just messed up during this fight. He's gone down like twice. He's almost toast, but yeah, he'll stick around. Why not?
Why not?
Screw it.
So the two antennae that are poking out will kind of resolve themselves into this huge, horrific, giant blue, scaly centipede creature that's probably about 40 to 50 feet long and about 20 feet wide at its widest part. It's got these big, horrible fins on the side, and it kind of comes crawling down the ceiling and like down the side of the wall and starts heading over towards the nest. The entire time the professor is pointing out, like, now if you'll notice the dorsal ridges along here actually heat themselves up, and that's what allows the Remoraz, like giving me this little lecture.
I'm kind of like backing down the stairs a little bit as I like emerge.
Yeah, great. That's
so cool. Oh god.
Yeah, so she kind of keeps going for a while, and there's a certain point when she kind of like, oh, look, she like is excited about something the Remoraz does, and the creature kind of like turns and looks, and it's like big antennae come up. She goes, it's time to go, and like we'll start to hustle you guys down the stairs. Can I get like athletics checks to run?
Athletics.
14.
I have every intention of using my next wild shape to turn into a raven and just fly. With the rest of the crew.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
He's tired of running. He's tired of stairs. He's just gonna raven it up.
That's a lot of stairs. Yeah. What did we get on our athletics, everybody?
So 14. 18.
5.
18.
Raven.
Raven is what I got on my athletics. So yeah, Moss, in sort of a burst of feathers, turns into a raven, goes flapping away. Both Jrmi and Val are just booking it, moving actually faster than the professor did. What trips you up, Theo? Do you trip on the stairs? Are you too fascinated? Like, why do you fall behind?
He's looking at his monster manual, just like, ah.
Yeah, maybe when the monster like stared us down and started to do its like attack signal, maybe that really made me get kind of scared, and I got
little pee-pee pants.
Maybe some pee came out, and
maybe.
So maybe like he's really like he's thinking like, oh, I hope no one notices that there's a little bit of liquid around my crotch.
I'm just thinking I just look like
He's worried about his social standings while a giant Remoraz, fully grown, is staring like...
chasing him down, yeah. So yeah, the Remoraz does basically like disengage from the nest and start to slither across the library floor headed towards you. There's a horrifying moment, Theo, when you're standing there just staring at it as it's coming towards you. The professor will like grab you on the shoulders and like, time to go, lad! And like drag you.
Yeah.
And
It's like a deer in headlights, just kind of staring at it.
Yeah, absolutely. As it's just scuttling.
Santana's like a few feet away from your face.
Oh god.
But you guys can basically run down these stairs at full tilt. The Raven probably is the first one out the door. I assume you just book it right.
Yeah,
as soon as
he's
going.
gone. He knows his way around the Raven form.
Totally. You guys can basically make it outside the door, and you see the Remoraz is like coming down the stairs basically the entire time, about 20 or 30 feet behind you. By the time you get down and onto the stairs, it kind of like pulls up and looks like it can't quite fit through the door very well with its like big plates engaged. It's kind of like hissing. The professor will basically throw Theo down onto the ground and like start to try to push the door closed. Do you guys want to go help her?
I'll help.
She's kind of like straining against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any strength you guys can do. Go for it.
14 strength.
Cool.
I'll try.
6.
Great. 6.
How'd
How'd you do?
I got a 9, so.
I got Raven,
Okay.
so I didn't have
He's kind of flying in the background, just like.
So it's like it's like all 4 of you guys on one door and her on the other door, and you're pushing it, and it's entirely Val that does any of the work. Like the rest of you are all kind of like falling, tripping. The Raven's just like flapping its wings and pecking at the door and just not doing anything.
Just land on my shoulder, boss.
but
Just
yeah.
land on my shoulder.
The counterweight basically of the door will like sort of slam them closed before the Remraz manages to get its bulk through and trap the creature inside. There's sort of a moment when you're all standing there on the stoop, like, and the professor will turn to you and sort of, well, that was fun, wasn't it?
I'd like to point out that all of my animal forms still have my hat on, little tiny hat.
Oh, yes.
Big hat.
Yes. Oh my gosh, a honey badger with a hat.
A honey
Amazing.
badger.
That's
The hat.
the greatest. She'll sort of just commend you on like, that was an incredibly difficult situation you found yourselves in, but you know what I found? I thought you were most heroic and most commendable when you were going around and healing each other. I think I'm going to give this week's patch of merit to Jrmi, and she takes out a little patch, and she like goes and like gives it to you. That way you can put it on your sash for exhibiting the best teamwork in a situation. She'll take out the book that she was looking for and kind of tell you all about it. It's this like text, it's a rectangular shape in case you're wondering now. And it's got sort of like crystal patterns. It's got this sort of glossy like glass-like cover and back to it. And it's all these different dwarven hymns. It's called the Crystal Canticle. And it was what you guys were here. Not that you necessarily cared at all the entire time you were there as to what the purpose of the mission was. But Katrin is very proud of you and is very excited that you've done so well on your basically your first outing, the JRAL. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do to wrap up the adventure before you head on your way to the next exciting quest?
I think Jrmi will probably take a minute after like realizing everything that happened and then do that thing that kids do. They're just like, that was so cool!
Yeah,
and like
right.
go up to everybody and like tug on them and be like, that thing you did! And like can't handle it. And we'll just scream the entire
That's
way.
the best.
Yep.
How cool it
Jrmi.
was.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is it.
Can you give me a perception check when you get closer to Theodûir, please? Just Jrmi.
Dang it. I only got an 8.
She doesn't notice, Theo. You're
She's
in
like
the golden
right at the
zone.
eye level.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, right at eye level. It somehow doesn't
Just so
notice.
excited. Just
You're
like,
fine.
did you see?
She's like staring up at my eyes the whole time, and like the camera can clearly see there's just like a wet spot right next to her face.
Why am I so
But
close
we
to your
don't
crotch?
see it. Yeah.
Well, you're tiny.
You're a halfling. Yeah, you're a baby halfling. Moss, how long do you stay as a raven? Do you
He's
come back
right
to your
on my
dwarven
shoulder.
form? Or
I
are you
think
still a
he's
raven?
like
No.
he's just chilling now. He likes to be birds and other critters. So
Cool.
like now that he's currently in bird form, he's just like he's in it. Yeah, he'll probably hang out like flip flop
uncomfortably
between
close
shoulders
on my
and stuff like
shoulder.
that, like caw every once in a while. So
That's great. Awesome. What about you, Val? How do you celebrate your victory? Because you guys do also have a lot of stairs to head back down on your way out, right?
that's another reason I can't turn back into a bird if I come back. So I think he's gonna stay raven
You're
form
staying as a raven.
until the stairs are done.
I'm gonna replay all my awesome like slow mo moves in my mind, just like Yeah, that was a good one. That one time when my scimitar got stuck, though, God, that was weird. But then I had a really good one after that.
Yeah, right. So play-by-play the entire way down the stairs of how cool you are. All right. Cool. Well, that concludes episode 1, Spring Thaw of the Junior Adventurers League. Awesome, guys. Thanks for playing.
Yay!
Cool. All right, so we have a few little bits of housekeeping to take care of before we sign off. Thank you so much to chat for coming and not only enjoying the adventure and making some awesome commentary, but putting up with all of our ridiculous technical issues. Cool. So we have some thank yous to give out. One of the rewards for our Patreon is that if you guys donate at the $5 level or the $10 level, we get to read your names on the stream. We're going to basically split it up into various different streams throughout the month. We're going to do about half of them today. We're going to do 12 of them. Do you have a list over there, Kate? Because I can do some as well.
I do.
Okay, cool. Sort of the joke here is that we are going to horribly and intentionally mispronounce your names because why not? That's much more fun than actually just reading them. All right. So do you want me to start? We're going to do 12 of them. What do you think, Kate?
Sure. Do you want to do 2?
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll go down the line doing 2, and then you can end.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it should be like Tim through Adam, right? On the in the $10. Okay, cool. So we have Time. Thank you to Time Laxton. Thank you to Elisa Booth for.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to you guys. Cody, do you want to read 2 of them?
Sure.
The next 2.
Thank you so much, Ashley Riss.
Ashley Riss.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And also Leet.
Thanks, Leet. We appreciate it.
I wasn't sure. I was kind of worried I'd pronounce it right. That's why.
The O is silent. Huge thank you to Rolnail Day Smythe.
Smythe.
Got it.
And Uleif Haignen.
Good.
Cool.
And another huge thank you to Vagan
Oh shit, my rock.
Romero and Akyan Han Martins.
Oh my gosh, you're mangling these. I'm typing them all out in the chat that way you guys can see what they actually are because these are kind of insane. All right, go for it.
Special thank you for Kalanye. And also a big thank you to the Cinnamon King.
Right. I can do the last 2 if you want.
Yeah.
Thank you to Anton Svansven. And thank you so much to someone in the chat, our great friend, Ajam Pierson.
Yay.
Thanks for coming, everybody. There, I typed them all out in the chat, so in case we horribly mispronounced your name, which I don't think we did. I think we got them all right. That sounded good to
I
me.
feel really confident in how we said all of those.
How we said all of those.
Okay.
Well, I know I did it right.
Of course.
Mine was the best.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this stream, please go ahead and check out our Patreon. There's a bunch of cool rewards. You could be one of the people with your name mispronounced on this stream. Also, if you enjoyed this adventure, it's not up yet, but hopefully sometime this week I will have Spring Thaw up, not only for our backers, but I think we're also going to sell it individually as an adventure on the DM's Guild. All the money that is made from selling the adventure, of course, goes straight to our second season of experience points. Unless there's any other plugs or anything you guys have to make, there's one last little thing I was going to do before we're done with the stream, and that's give you guys a teaser of our next episode based on the hook that was voted for. So if you guys liked this adventure, you can also go to the Patreon and vote for what the next adventure for the Junior Adventurers League is going to be. There's a poll we run there every week, and they're based on adventure hooks we've been tweeting for the past year or two. All right, so next week, the episode, this is the hook that is based on, quote, "A gargantuan, immortal tortoise wanders the world, an ancient city constructed atop its shell." End quote.
Wow.
Ooh. Pretty epic.
I can't wait to see what these children get into.
Can't wait to slaughter this turtle, am I right?
Absolutely.
I always think of Aladdin, Prince of Thieves. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's excellent deep cut Disney reference. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming to our stream. Check out Experience Points and follow these lovely people on Twitter. Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
At
Next
the
week,
same time.